All right, all right. Let me stop that right there for now. Where's it at? All right. Welcome again to another amazing episode. Jenny Michelle in the house. Tonight we are going to be talking about a very, very interesting phenomena and something I have thought about the leaders of the manosphere being. First of all, I got to sell this to you. Is in the house. Even Cupcake is here. Cupcake. Yeah. Meanwhile, Torch soft shoes every night for Black women. So this is the funny part. You kind of walked into that punch right there. So you're okay. You are supporting Obsidian soft shoeing for a woman who is Caucasian, who you could debate whether she's racist or not. But because I soft shoe for Black women, you got a problem with that. Oh, Cuppy. Let that sink in for a minute. Let me get this jam on. Let me get the jam on. Yeah, you know where he was? He was in a jail cell, just like, 2/3 of the manosphere, her leadership. Dance, he could dance. Obsidian, dance for the girl. Obsidian, dance for your girl. Obsidian dancing for his girl. Mr. Bojangles, Obsidian dance. Mr. Bojangles, Obsidian dance. Mr. Bojangles, dance. Yeah. In the house, Free Zone Lou. Well, we need some history because I think I need to make it clear where I'm coming from here. I need to make it clear where I'm coming from here. Tomas in the house. Where am I coming from with this? Where is this going? Where is this going?
Black History Fact. We celebrate Black history every day, not just in the month of February. And it's brought to you by Ford. Do you know an unsung hero? Ford wants to send one lucky unsung hero on the sold-out 2017 Time Joiner Foundation Fantastic Voyage presented by Ford. Ford goes further in our community. Visit blackamericaweb.com to nominate your unsung hero today. All right, to most of us, the name Uncle Tom is synonymous with a Black person who has sold out their race.
All right, in the house, Don Harden. In the house, Andre Brown. Let's get down.
The character Stephen from Django, played by Samuel L. Jackson, is a perfect example of someone referred to as a Tom. However, in actuality, the term Sambo better fits the characteristics we often link to Uncle Tom.
BXX is in the house. And here we go with my first point. Not really, but anyway, let me break it down. Just like this. Okay. There is a saying. The saying is the same Black man. I believe Cynthia G either made it or uses it. At the very least, I heard it first from her. A same Black man, I believe, by her definition, is just a dude who just, the same Black man, he just always does bad. He cannot, he's just into doing ghetto effery, okay? So, but there's a different level now. Even though the same Black man has the same results, I like to call the leaders of the manosphere Sambos. I think you get the idea. Let me keep playing this video here to hit that home.
In Harriet Beecher Stowe's anti-slavery book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, Sambo was a black slave overseer who beat Uncle Tom to death.
A black slave overseer named Sambo, a mix of the same black man and a Sambo. You got it. You got it. I think I was the first one to come up with this, with this specifically, Sambo. Sambo is a mix of the same black man and a Sambo. Let's listen.
In her book, Harriet Beecher Stowe describes the Uncle Tom character as a rugged individualist who resisted with dignity the system of slavery.
Siobhan is in the house.
He stood up to slave masters, and he earned the title of uncle for being an honorable man whose slaves adopted as their own. The term Sambo has several meanings depending on who you ask. The origin of the word doesn't exactly seem racist.
The Sambo. Let's get a quick look at some Sambos right here. Here we go. There he is, everybody. He's going to be the star of the show tonight. But we got a lot of Sambos to go through. I have so many surprises for you. I have so much fun going on. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, love it. So let me get back to this right here.
But what it represents today changes that idea. The word is said to derive from the Spanish word Zambo, which was reserved for mixed babies who appeared more black than white in the 1700s. And Helen Bannerman's...
Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough fun right there. So I hope I nailed down my point of calling the same black men that are leaders in the manosphere Sambos. Sambos. I mean, you can see the hint. That's my hint right there. Shout out to Lynn in the house. Shout out to Pretty Black Magic 10 in the house. It's important that you know this. You saw him dance at a live that we had a couple weeks ago, and now he's dancing. He's dancing. What is he dancing? What is he singing?
He would do the old soft shoe.
He would do the old soft shoe.
He could jump so high.
Jump, Obsidian. Jump, nigga, jump. Jump, nigga. She called you. Jump, nigga, jump. Get it? Do exactly what she tell you to do. Do exactly what she tell you to do. Do exactly what she tell you to do. Come on, do it. Hurry up. You slow. You slow. Okay, you need to get your thing going quicker. You know what I mean? You know? Like here, I'll let Sammy tell it.
Jump so high. And then he lightly.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go, Obsidian. There you are.
Touchdown. I met him in a cell in New.
He met him in a cell in New Orleans. If you don't know what that means, that's a jail cell. Which for some reason, every time I just do a little bit of Googling, these manosphere dudes be out of one. You know?
All means I was.
Jump for her, Obsidian. Come on. Get it over with. You know what's funny to me is there's so many Sambos in the manosphere. Here's another one right here. Here's another one right here. Let's listen to this.
I had to get this area here. I bought my neighbor's house. I had to construct a specific area for the Bugatti. Anyway, that's all gonna be lit up and shit. Bugatti logo.
Where is he right now? Is it jail or prison? What did he do? What was it? Accused of what? SA, trafficking, but the manosphere, the same bows in the manosphere, the same bows of the manosphere love them. They love them. They love them.
Those broke boys don't know. Listen, I recently posted a question on Twitter asking.
Oh, you got to hear this shit. You got to hear this.
Would you rather have sex with a transsexual, which is a legitimate 10, or a woman, which is a legitimate 1? And everyone's sitting there clicking woman, 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 because they think.
Right. Me, myself, how about no? How about no? Let me go back here again. This is how creepy this creep is. Listen again.
Asking, would you rather have sex with a transsexual, which is a legitimate 10, or a woman, which is a legitimate 1? And everyone's sitting there clicking woman, 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 because they think they're going to be gay if they do anything else. But they're not actually thinking about the question. I am so smart. I operate on so many levels higher than the average man. You people are not thinking.
If you're operating at so many higher than the average man, how did the average man get you in prison and jail, dude?
About the question. When I say a 1 and a 10, I mean Megan Fox with a dick. That's the tranny. Or Hulk Hogan with a pussy.
Listen to him close now.
This is the question I'm asking. Megan Fox or Hulk Hogan? So you're thinking, well, I don't want to.
So, Cupcake. Would you want to have sex with Megan Fox with a dick? Yes or no? I just need an answer. Doesn't need to be, I just need a simple no or yes. Either one. Let me see what you say. I'm waiting. You don't want no piece of that, huh? Let me play your boy, though.
I want to be gay, so I just clicked the girl, the number 1, did it? You're going to fuck Hulk Hogan? Okay, there's a pussy, but he's got mustache and muscles and shit. He's all hairy, big dude, 6'5". It's pretty gay to me. That sounds pretty gay. I don't care if it's a pussy. That is gay. Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can scoot it out the way. I'm still making.
Something to me, this is worse. This is worse than this right here.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women showing?
I mean,
Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can scoot it out the way.
I'm having a ball over here tonight. So which one? Okay, you would drink. You have to admit, I got you pretty good with that one.
Megan Fox. You know what I'm saying? At least she's small and shit. You get your hand around her neck, mess her up. You ain't messing up Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's gonna mess you up.
So now he just admitted to enjoying men, okay, as long as they look like Megan Fox, right? And he also admitted already, remember now, this same guy here thinks he's on such a higher level, right? And he just admitted assault in the same voice. Listen.
You know what I'm saying? At least she's small and shit. You get your hand around her neck, mess her up. You ain't messing up Hulk Hogan.
Hang on her neck, mess her up. This is what, okay, fellas.
Hulk Hogan's gonna mess you up. So this is the question I'm asking. You need to operate on a higher plane. Think about this. This is important. This is cultural. This affects the world we now live in.
Let's find out where he is now. Okay, let me see here. Let me stop this right here. Andrew Tate, prison video. Let's see if he's there. Maybe I'm lying. Let's see what this says right here.
From his continued detention to his public remarks, we get into the latest developments in the Andrew Tate case. Romanian lawyer Stefan Loredan comes back on. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime.
Oh, oops, my bad. I thought he operated at a higher level. I thought he operated at a higher level. Didn't you guys think he operated at a higher level? I mean, a higher level. I thought if you were, well, then, so what happened? You know?
I'm also talking about a way for you to earn money in ways they don't tell you. When's the last time you've sat with any of the Matrix approved systems, any school, any TV program, any financial planner, and they told you exactly how to make money?
Over now to the latest on Andrew.
That's enough of that. We got enough of that. That dude is in prison for thinking higher. Oh, man. I'm just going to flash this. I think I'm going to save Kevin for later, but I found out a lot about Kevin, but I need to do some more digging. Basically, he, by the way, it is confirmed that he did do some assaulting on his own, his own kid. It is allegedly, at least in the paperwork that I will show you later. We'll go on to that. But right now, I want to show you another Bojangles. I want to show you another Sambo. Another Sambo. Here we go. Here we go. Talk to me, girl. Talk to me, girl.
So I want to say,
wait,
number
two
one,
two Sambos in one.
Decisions.
Listen.
So maybe that should be a different conversation to the women that are involving themselves instead of asking him, why is he doing this? But I'm going to let Austin go ahead and answer that question from his point of view.
so I want to say, number one, I'm not a tourist. I'm not going back to the United States. So I'm not pushing any sort of tourism.
Notice how he's making rules for himself. He's making rules for him. This is where his demise started. It started a long time ago. He doesn't know what he's talking about, but he tries to act like he knows what he's talking about. If he knew what he was talking about and he knew what he needed to know or what he said he knew, he wouldn't be where he is right now.
If you've watched enough of my videos, you hear me say leave the United States permanently. So I'm not encouraging men to go sleep with some gringo hunter for 5 days and then go back. So that's not even what my channel's about.
Number one, the most obvious benefit of being in Brazil dating versus the United States is women do not hesitate coming back home with you. It is unbelievably,
Come on, say that word for me.
easier.
Say that word. Come on.
To get if you're in Brazil and you have not had intercourse in a long time.
There we
I'm
go.
sorry
That's
to
the
tell
word
you,
I'm
man,
looking
that's
for.
more likely there's got to be something wrong with you. The women here do not weaponize it against you like they would in the States. Meanwhile, in the States, y'all have blue balls and y'all are over here.
Oh, man. He said that word. He said that word. And of course, it's close enough. I just, three word later. So now we have two degenerate Sambos talking to you. You wonder why everything in the community is messed up. If these guys are the representatives of our community, you see why we are where we are. Blame women all you want, but this is who you are. You can blame women all you want, but these are the guys that are here. One guy, let's go back to tater tots. Let's go back to tater tots. Tater tots, here he is right here. Tater tots, Mr. High Level, so-called high value criminal. They left that part out. Mr. Tater Tots right here. Just trying to convince men that it's okay to have sex with men if they look like Megan Fox. Think about that. That's what he said, not me. I didn't say that. He said that. Let me repeat that again. You heard it yourself earlier in this video. He was trying to convince you to have sex with a man who looked like Megan Fox. He said you can move his peen around and do what you need to do. If you ask me, that is weird. If you ask me, that's weird. You know, so it's funny that all the men who complain about, you know, LGBTQ don't have a problem with this guy here. They love this man right here. But he's promoting the shit. He's convincing niggas. I guarantee you not. Somebody out there has found somebody who looked like Megan Fox, and it was a dude. Mr. Bojangles. Dance. Ding, 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 ding. Mr. Bojangles. Dance. Yep. You read it. You read it right here on an upcoming video. Yep, he did that. He did that. I told you so long ago. Emoji. Oh, of course, emoji. Oh, yeah. Cupcake. Would you like to come up for a debate? Let me know. I want you to talk. I want to say a couple things about your guy right here, but you know, I want to give you a chance. Well, let me know. Let me know. Mr. Bojangles, dance. He's going to be dancing. I know one place he ain't going back. I know one place. Oh, and here, we can't forget about his pimp right here. His pimp is right here.
I want to say,
his alleged
number one,
pimp.
I'm not a tourist.
His alleged
I'm
pimp
not going
right
back
here.
to the United States.
His alleged pimp
So
right
I'm not
here.
pushing any sort of tourism.
This fool had the nerve, this Sambo right here had the nerve to act like she's respectable and trying to work on marriage, but had no problem with dudes doing and saying, with the video I played was before she started supporting him. She knew all about it. Mr. Bojangles, dance.
If you've watched enough of my videos, you hear me say leave.
Nobody's watching your dang videos. Why should a woman watch your videos, dude? You fool. I try to help you. You got your Sambos giving you bad advice, including the pander queen herself. You know who it is. Let's keep it going.
The United States permanently. So I'm not encouraging men to go sleep with some gringo hunter for 5 days and then go back. So that's not even what my channel's.
Oops. Okay, wait. Mr. Bojangles. I want you guys to make sure you know you heard what you heard. Here we go.
Number one, the most obvious benefit of being in Brazil dating versus the United States is women do not hesitate coming back home with you. It is unbelievably easier to get. If you're in Brazil and you have not had intercourse in a long time, I'm sorry to tell you, as a man, that's more than likely your fault. There's got to be something wrong with you. The women here do not weaponize it against you like they would in the States. Meanwhile, in the States, y'all have
Mr. Bojangles, dance. Do 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 do. Okay, y'all got my point, right? Another point I need to make is this. for some reason, these niggas can't keep from lying. Obsidian say he got money, he broke. He might have a little money now because, you know, Miss Daisy gave him some money, right? But who else? Who else? I mean, it's like you could take your pick. Any manosphere leader lies. In my opinion, they lie. Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles. Dance. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. This is hard work. At least do that. At least like and subscribe. I mean, damn.
What's the matter? Oh, you were finished. Oh.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Mr. Bojangles. Come on, I need somebody to Bojangle with. Come on. Okay, I'll start playing this and then we'll go. You know, here we go. So let's listen to this.
Is a woman past the age of 23 years old, you're getting leftovers. But yeah, David, listen, man.
I need to play that
I'm not
one.
trying to be mean-spirited, but you
Here we
married
go
a single
again.
mom. Like,
Post-war women, they get
any man who marries a woman past the age of 23 years old, you're getting leftovers. But yeah, David, listen, man. I'm not trying to be mean-spirited, but you married a single mom. Like,
post-war women, they get married all the time, but the men they get married to are very low value. They're big.
Mr. Bojangles. What's up, bruh? What's up?
Boy. Yo, no matter how much kicking and screaming that you do,
Mr.
you're not gonna get
Bojangles.
You ain't gonna get dog. You buck dance every single night for the
Mr. Bojangles. Can I ask you something?
What's up?
When a man asks a woman to go home with him, what does that mean?
Shit, I mean, you trying to smash? Hold on.
Okay. Thank you for stating that because we had one of your pals in one of the other channels trying to play coy. I just wanted to clear that up for now. We can go on.
The thing about it is, so you want him to turn off being a man from now on or some shit?
Mr. Bojangles. I mean, what are you talking? I'm sorry. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the guy I was talking to? No. I just he was trying to act like taking a woman home with you didn't mean to smash. He literally trying to sell that in the peso room.
Who was?
Some dumb. Does anybody remember that dude's name? That was the funniest thing.
QB passport?
Yeah.
Like that?
He was trying to sell that shit. For real, bro. I'm telling you. You got to talk to your guys. You got to talk to them. You see what I'm saying?
Talking to who? You got these random ass dudes.
No. Hey, I was just asking. I was just trying to clear it up. You know, that was just something I was talking to him there. We can move on to that. Now, the reason I brought that up is because my next segment here has to do with the manosphere leaders being liars all the time. They always be embellishing shit. That's what we're talking about. So, is that true or not? Do manosphere men embellish, yes or no? What do you think?
Oh, this is fucking YouTube. This is entertainment. You got some fucking like some phony ass people. I mean, this is nothing new. I mean, listen. The thing about it, I've been going at what's the name's neck for years. Years.
Who?
At Obsidian. Like, I mean, he is what he is.
Okay, so what is your thoughts about Obsidian? That's weird. I've never asked you that, have I? Never have.
No.
Okay, go ahead. Break it down for us.
Obsidian is he's a fucking charlatan. And he's to me, he's kind of a fraud, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He is for the paper. He gonna do whatever to do to get the paper. This is his dream. Kevin Samuels was his hero. He wanted to be like Kevin Samuels. Now he gets a chance to live that damn dream. You don't think he's gonna take it? Do you really think that he's gonna be like, oh yeah, you know what? I got this time to run up the check, to run up the bag and shit. I'm just gonna sit on the sideline just to appease you niggas. Come on, man. You already know what it is.
Right. Do you believe any of his rhetoric kind of doesn't help the community at all, if there was one?
Doesn't help the community. What you talking about? Like,
so is what he's saying help the community at all?
Bro, he's for himself.
Okay. Got it.
No, he said he was the come on, man. He's for it sometimes I don't understand y'all. Like, y'all act like y'all can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Like,
no, I'm just asking you. I'm just trying to make it clear. I got my own opinions, but
bro,
I want to give you a chance to say yours.
No, you know how much. I mean, come on, man. Dog, Obsidian was like 2 years. Man, were you even listening to the ManHOEsphere? Dog, these dudes were buck dancing and soft shoeing for Trump. Like, they were they were Trump supporters, and all the same shit that Nick Fuentes and all Fuentes and Trump. Like, that whole goddamn fresh and fit crowd and shit like that. That's what they own. So right. I don't understand. Like, you like it boggles my mind how you think this shit is something new.
No, I actually don't. But I just wanted to make sure I got your side of the story, because you might have been different. I didn't want to assume what you were thinking or saying. You know what I mean? I'm just being respectful.
I go against the grain.
Yeah. So the thing is this. I think, believe it or not, I can't believe it. 99% of the shit you said, I agree with. I can't believe it. I mean, this is amazing. We never agree, but I actually agree with you.
Bro, dog, this is his livelihood. Like, this is his livelihood. Like, this is like this in Clubhouse and all that type of shit. This is his livelihood. He don't got nothing else. You don't come on, man. I mean,
I thought he was married. I thought he had a lovely wife.
Man.
Come on now.
Oh my God. I mean, did you like when he did that exclusive interview with Pearly?
Okay.
Did you think that he was going to fumble that bag?
No.
Have you listened? I mean, Obsidian was a full-on Trump supporter. Like, this motherfucker almost cried when Joe Biden, which I'm not a Joe Biden person anyways, he almost goddamn cried when he lost. Like, the same rhetoric that what's the name was, these immigrants and fuck Black Lives Matter and all this bullshit that, you know what I'm saying, that's Obsidian. I mean, I don't know where you guys coming from.
So basically, it's like basically whatever Pearly said, it was a done deal. He had already looked past that because he already looked past his race anyway, right?
Listen. Obsidian is an opportunist. He already got MTR out the way. He already got Melanie King out the way. Who do you think is going to make who's going to make the next trip to fucking London? Probably not going to be Anton, but I mean, it'd probably be Anton, but Obsidian is waiting his turn.
So do you believe Anton Daniels is the same way?
Fuck yeah. Y'all don't. That's the thing, is y'all don't like these dudes.
No, you have to understand, when I ask you, I'm asking out of respect. You see what I'm saying? I'm not assuming what you think. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, the like Pearly, her crowd, I don't know why people, I've tried to tell people this for a long time. The fresh and fit, Donovan Sharp, like, you niggas are lazy, and, you know, we don't want you immigrants, and, you know, like, white men are the most, you know, downtrodden race out there, you know. They believe in that shit. That's their whole ideology. Like the Nick Fuentes incel, like, keep these bitches in line. I hate, you know, the modern woman, all that. That's fucking porn to them. Like, I mean, I know we get on this motherfucking troll and do all this type of shit, but you gotta, dog, her subscribership didn't go down at all.
No, I didn't think it would.
If anything, the Reddit crowd is gonna like her even more. Well, she apologized, so she got a lot of them kind of a little upset. But this is like, Pearly is about as close as you can get to, was it Anglo-Saxon or white? That's as close as you can get. No mix, no nothing.
Right.
Like, blue eyes, red hair, pale skin. What the fuck did you expect?
Exactly. I agree.
I worked in corporate America. Motherfucker could be in my face talking, you know, Black Lives Matter. We like, man, come on, man. I know, dog, I'm just one big nigga to him. Come on, man. Like,
I agree. All right, let's look
like
into
roots,
this.
like the whole roots thing. Every white person thinks like slavery and Jim Crow and all that shit was they want to marginalize that shit. I mean, that's white. Like, where did you grow up at, dog? You must have grew up in some super liberal, like, they fooled the shit out of you. I grew up in the South. I know these motherfuckers.
No. See, the thing is this. I grew up in an all Caucasian city. There were 2 black families in the whole city. And it was a pretty big city. It wasn't small.
Mm-hmm.
So again, as I said again, I want to get your point of view. That's why I'm asking these questions. I'm not asking you because I either don't know or am clueless. I'm asking you because I want to get your point of view. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So let me kick out some shout outs. Siobhan is in the house. All Things Nata Jean is in the house. Henry Mars is in the house. Gemini is in the house. Act Natural Under Pressure is in the house. Free Zone Lou is in the house. And let's keep it going. I think we. Now I want to get your opinion on this dude right here too. Here we go. I want to get your opinion.
Beta males, they're pushovers. They're not real.
I want you to educate me on on the red pill system. You know what I mean? I may have missed something.
Not the men that arouse these women.
So credits where credits due.
Any man who marries a woman past the age of 23 years old, you're getting leftovers. But yeah, David, listen, man. I'm not trying to be mean-spirited, but
when he says any man of any, does he mean any man of any age?
It sounds that way to me. And isn't his wife wasn't she over the age of 23 with a child?
Yeah. Let's keep playing. I mean, let's keep seeing where this goes. Oh, wait. Triple.
What?
What's I just want to make it clear. Does he mean that a man of any age should not be dating any woman over 23, or is that kind of like not really? What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I mean, are you being serious?
Yes. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
Are you asking me, do I agree with this dude?
No, I'm not saying whether you agree or not. Do you believe that he believes that he's saying that any man at any age, of course, should not be dating a woman over 23?
Bro, this dude is dating a lady that's like 42.
I know that.
It doesn't take no comment. It's common sense. Like, of course, this motherfucker don't believe in the shit that he's talking about.
Okay. That answered my question. Let me keep it going.
Married a single mom. Like, post-wall women, they get married all the time, but the men they get married to are very low value. They're beta males. They're pushovers. They're not real men. They're not the men that arouse these women.
Okay, so let me make that clear. Does that make this man a beta male, since he said that beta males date older women. Is that correct?
Oh, you got to call it ace, a spade. But the thing about it, but the thing about Donovan actually has to do this, because the thing about it is the people that he actually that follow him and shit like that. If he got what he's talking about, man, those white dudes would hate the shit out of him. They would hate the shit out of him. If he got a 23-year-old white woman that was like in her prime and shit like that, they wouldn't follow him. They hate that shit. He has to talk this shit. He has to do it. And then he has to parade that, was it that 42-year-old? Man, come on, man. I mean, I can't understand how like educated people can't see through this bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Me either.
I can't understand how you don't understand context when he's just simply asking your opinion. And you're acting like he's asking you because he doesn't know.
This dude he's dating Devin. She's like 42-year-old over the hill white woman, and this is coming out of his mouth. And you can't deduce that he's phony.
Oh, I can.
Sir, that's not
okay, wait. Hold on. Let me get some shout outs.
That he's false.
Let me get some shout outs. Wu said it's in the house. Andre's in the house. Savannah's in the house. Let's keep it going. Let's play a little bit more.
That's where credit's due. This man makes fun of other people's spouses and different things like that. Claims he would never date a single mom. Well, somebody pulled up his quote-unquote girlfriend's bankruptcy records, because those are public records that anyone has access to.
And the chick is bankrupt.
And they found some interesting information. Let's see, listen. And I'll give credit to the people involved. I'll link the videos in below. So there you go.
Devin is one of just a few women.
Man, I wish Pastor was up here, man.
What?
I wish Pastor, man, you know how many shows we made about the House of Cards, about how we went one by one with these niggas in the manosphere that got single mothers, that got, said over the hill women that, come on, man. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy how many shows we've done about this shit. Like, I guess y'all must be new to this shit, man. This shit is old news. Like, dog, why do you think like O'Shea them don't fuck with Donovan?
Well, look at this as a reminder to those people out there that think these guys are the shit. How about that?
Huh?
Think of this as a reminder for those guys out there that follow these men, that think these men are the shit. Because they do, right? They give them super chats, right?
This is, this is fucking entertainment, dog. Like what they say, like, you never want to meet your heroes, because when you meet your hero, you're gonna be fucking very disappointed. And this is a prime example.
So what you're saying is that you don't believe even the guys who are following and giving super chats believe what this man is saying at all.
I mean, a lot of them are like, man, you got to also understand a lot of them are like wet behind the ears, dog. They're like 21 years old, 19 years old. They don't know what the fuck they don't know about life.
Dudes are old in the manosphere, in Red Pill. They're
the people that be up in the chat room sending them super chat be young dudes. They be young dudes that
those are old dudes. They're old.
No, young men.
If you want to believe that, go ahead and believe that. Go ahead. I mean, I can't.
Let me keep playing some of this video here.
I met them, but again, they're the exceptions. Devin is my girlfriend. She is not my wife. We have never been married. She is not a single mother, and we have not adopted anybody. I got a 13-year-old niece that stays here.
Devin is a little bit heavy. I mean, she's got a little shape to her.
Did you not see that stomach sitting on her?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, and then he said, and this guy's on here all day talking shit about black women, being big and everything.
At least twice a week, because Olivia, she's 14 years old now, and she's a beautiful girl. She could.
And so as we now look at her application on the screen and go to the section describing her household, it states, do you have dependents? Yes. Does dependent live with you? Yes. Dependent's age, 10 years old. Dependent's relationship to debtor 1. Daughter.
I want to make something clear here. I don't care what kind of woman you choose to be your girl. To be with.
Shout out to Tyke in the house.
Who you want to be. You want to date a single mom? I don't care. What I don't like And what I think is very laughable is you run a course, you have video clips making fun of other men for dating single moms and criticizing those women.
Now, keep in mind that this also contradicts everything Donovan Sharp has taught his audience about the types of women to avoid, going all the way back to his days when he wrote for Return of Kings, to his free ebook called 16 Ways to Immediately Disqualify Her for a Relationship, where he states that single mothers should be avoided as they make for the worst girlfriends, wives, and mothers.
I was a single mom. And yes, listen, I know single moms are bad and this and that and the other, but we all got to start somewhere. Don't commit to them. You've been married before.
I have.
Okay, you've been married before.
I got married young, and I was married for a very long time. You know, for the 20-something years before we met, you know, as an adult, you know, for the 20-something years before we met, you know, as an adult, you know, for the 20-something years before we met, you know, as an adult.
I met you when you were 32. You are an older woman. Devin, my girlfriend, is an older woman. Okay. Yes, my girlfriend is an older woman. She turned 36 back in February. I misled my audience about Devin's age, but I did that for privacy purposes. Just listen,
Tap dance. Tap dance for me, Daddy. Tap dance.
Yeah, tap dance. Tap dance. Mr. Bojangles.
That is 45.
Meanwhile, every day you get online and you lie about the fact that that woman has a daughter, that the woman that you call your girl, your wife, has a daughter. And you're only are you lying about it? You lying about the fact that your girl's old, which is fine, but you lying about it while telling other people to not wife up used goods. That's what you say.
Devin is my girlfriend. She is not my wife. We have never been married. She is not a single mother, and we have not adopted anybody.
So you say,
okay, I think I made it clear that ManHOEsphere men, they all lie. Triple Black, he pretty much co-signed on that.
Wait, so
And-
he didn't lie though. I mean, if you want to play semantics, he said Devin is his girlfriend. She's not his wife, and they haven't adopted anyone. So no, they didn't have to adopt anyone because that's Devin's child.
Right. Shout out to Tiff in the house.
Yeah, I mean, this shit is so old though. I mean, this is like, I mean, I like
Okay,
the
so
whole
let us
thing
watch
that
it like it's new.
you're exposing
Can we
him,
watch
but
it like it's new? Can we do that?
what happened?
Thank you. Let us watch it like it's new.
Here we go, y'all. Close to the town. Here we go. Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles.
That's when he
That's what Obsidian is doing. He's doing that right.
was Mr. Bojangles.
Obsidian dance.
Mr. Bojangles.
Obsidian dance.
Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah.
The man could dance.
Yeah, dance. Dance, nigga, dance. Dance, nigga, dance. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. Come on now. Oh, this better not mess up. In fact, let me close.
You know, from an economic standpoint, I think this probably could have been the best thing that happened to Pearl. I think she can go full political now.
Steady stats,
Here we go.
something to back up his argument. So that's something that I
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the thing is that basically
She can go political now. She can go political now.
Oh yeah, Well, she was a
She
white
can
chick. She
make
could have done that anyway.
Easily make 50,000 an episode going full political, just getting like those dirt bags like Nick Fuentes and like those type of people on.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out to Cindy D in the house. Shout out to Kratek King in the house. Shout out to Tiff in the house. Here we go.
It's fair to say.
By the way, if anybody wants to come up, feel free. We're going to be responding and and all that kind of shit to this. This gets interesting. But not for
that she brings people together. That is what social media is all about. Why we are here. Let me go ahead and lay out a few things right at the outset to kind of set the tone
go
for
ahead.
what we're
Go ahead.
doing today.
Yeah, lay it
Number
out to
one,
us, Mr. Bojangles.
Everybody knows why we're here. The unplugged interview with Just Pearly Things, and I want to lay some of the ground rules before we get started.
I'm the overseer. I'm Sambo. I'm Sambo. I need to give you the rules, slaves. You supposed to be doing what I tell you to do.
Did you just call him obscene, Bo?
Sambo, S-A-M-E.
Oh, I thought you called him obscene, Bo.
That's actually pretty good too. All right. Hey, it fits, right? If it fits, right?
Right off the rip, I want to make it clear that Miss Just Pearly Things agreed to come on.
Miss, he couldn't even say Just Pearly Things. He had to put in the miss, which makes him sound like, like he's below and shit. You know what I mean?
Then he got nervous because he thought he was, I'm not gonna fuck up this chat.
You said you had to throw in the extra 2 cents, right?
He's shaking right now. He's like, I can't believe I'm gonna give you this much money.
I mean, Miss Pearly Things, Miss Daisy sounds familiar.
On today to directly address the Nick Fuentes interview and other things attended to it that we'll get into over the course of the interview today. But she specifically requested that I reach out to a number of content creators who have disagreed with her stance regarding the Fuentes.
She specifically sent her Negro to go out and find the other Negroes.
That's
so
right.
They can listen to her explanation as to why she said what she said.
That's right. So she can say,
Obsidian is gonna he the only thing is he's gonna have to answer to those Africans, because those Africans are gonna start listening to all the shit that he said about Africans in the past. They're gonna be upset.
Hey, not if she pays him off, right? I already saw that other whatever he calls himself King something, though he was more like the slave dude over there.
Oh no! I mean,
he was. Oh my God, he was crooning. He was crooning hard over there. Let me put it that way.
King go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, go ahead and read it.
King Lucifer said it took only one video for Pearl to nuke the Black ManHOEsphere.
Basically.
Interview. Now, for those of you who may not be aware of this,
now just remember, I need to make this clear. When he put the word miss in front of Pearly's name, that is something that servants used to say to their masters,
Miss,
or their employment. Miss Pearly, I would never address her like that. But he said it. He made sure he got that out.
Facts, because isn't he old enough to be her father like twice?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yo, Andre, what are your thoughts, Andre?
You know, his master Pearly be beating the hell out of him if he don't get his name correct. This is crazy. This is insane. Insane.
Right.
Like,
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that usually what a showing respect to a content creator is just making sure you say their full name. Like, if I wanted to show respect to Squirrely Things, it would be Just Pearly Things, because that is her handle. That's what you say. No, he wanted to make sure he knew that she knew that he knew she was the master.
Yes, boss. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Master Pearly. Master Pearly. I'm surprised he didn't, kind of throw that slave voice in there. Master Pearly.
We gonna let them know. I'm gonna let them know, Master. I'm gonna let the rest of them know that you good, Master. You good to us. You good Negroes, Master. Yes, Master.
We sorry for getting out of line. We sorry we asked questions.
We still sleep, Master? Is this a dream, Master?
Hey, as much as I want to go against the grain, but I have to say he does bow down to this broad.
I mean,
this is so wild.
He does. Miss Pearly.
Miss Pearly. I mean, Miss Daisy, Miss Pearly. What's the difference? Miss Daisy, Mr. Pearly.
We actually, weren't you on that live where we were making early predictions of how this shit was going to go? And this shit went exactly how I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
I know he was going. He protected her too. He didn't let them go in on her, did they?
No, he didn't. Remember when we watched the I don't know if you saw it, but when he came on over to the channel, right? And he was on there, right? And he was watching the same. He actually went over there to defend her and do the same thing that he did on this show to us before the mute button was used, because he was trying to do the same shit, but we stopped that quick.
Covered the interview in its entirety. It was a 3-hour-long interview. And I'm talking between Just Pearly Things and Nick Fuentes. I did not clip it. I did not use any segments out of it or edit it in any type of way. I let it roll from front to back.
Master Pearly, tell me to do it like that.
Man, I gotta jump down. Y'all gonna be on for a little bit. I gotta jump down for a second.
Hey, no problem. Hey, thanks for coming up.
No doubt.
Okay.
That
Master
out
Pearly,
on this channel.
Master Pearly, I got all the footage, Master Pearly, for you. I plays it just like you want.
Right here, I just did that. I covered it for 8 hours yesterday. So you can see for yourself and you can make your own decisions. So there's that. Miss Just Pearly Things asked me to reach out to the content creators that you saw.
Master Pearly, can you pay my internet bill for me? It's coming up.
That happened, did it? That did happen, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
can you pay my internet bill for me? I sell out all of my people. I sell out all of them. Each and every one of my Negro friends.
We still sick, Master. I thought we had a dream this week. I had a dream this week, Master, that all this stuff was going down. Master, are we sick right now? I woke up and all I saw was stars. Like you were getting beat by everybody, Master. I'm sorry.
I'm sitting here, Siobhan says, I'm sitting here, should have 6G after all this foolishness. Absolutely, Siobhan, you nailed it.
In the montage preceding the show. And I did. I emailed them personally. I also posted it on my community tab, an open letter, an invitation for all of them to come out.
Y'all supposed to jump when Miss Pearly tell you to jump. You better be up in here on my show. You better come to my show. You know what's interesting? It's very interesting he left me off. Oh, I wonder why. I'm small time. I'm small time though. But he sure did jump into the chat that day.
Have a conversation with Just Pearly Things. Whether you agree or disagree with Just Pearly Things, I think it's fair to say that she brings people together.
Joke number one. Yeah, she brings, hate groups together, maybe. I go with that. And that includes black hate groups who hate black women. Yep, she brings those together too. Something after you said that, Mr. Bojangles, you're right. You're right. She does bring just the wrong people, losers and whatnot.
That is what social media is all about.
No, it's not. Not according to you. You said it was about your money. If you would not, you told us that it was all about the money that you, when you were on our show, didn't have. Secondly, okay, you have to ask yourself this. If you were just bringing people together for free, would you do it? You know damn well your answer is no, it's not. So stop lying. I just caught you in a lie. I just caught you in a lie, bro.
The thing is that this whole thing is still about the money. The reason why he's doing this and the reason why I see a lot of this going on is because most of them had something going on in the back where they had a show plan with Master Pearly. With Master Pearly, they had a show plan, and now all of it, just all the money, like the bag is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's been yanked. Everything's been yanked up under them, and they deserve it. I don't feel sorry for none of them. This is what you get.
It's sad that these men, they're literally complaining about a problem they made. They are complaining about black women, but yet here's Mr. Bojangles, Obsidian, proving to us why it is the way it is. Because not only would black men sell out, they would sell out for literally nothing. For literally nothing. For literally nothing. When he was there saying that he was setting up everything with Kevin Samuels, blah, 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 he couldn't even pay his internet bill. And I guarantee you not, I don't care how much money she gave him. In 6 months, he'll be broke again.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be broke again. I'll give him 6 months. Maybe he learned his lesson on how to take care of money. But the fact that he said on our show that he puts all the money he makes back into his business tells you right there he doesn't make any money. Jim and I already asked him, when he mentioned that he was building a studio, Jim and I quickly checked him and said, "You've been building that studio for 10 years.
Mm.
And he confirmed it. That's crazy. That tells you that this is the same black man right here. You mix in the bow word and it's sambo. Sambo. It's Sambo plus the same black man mixed in together. Same bow. Same bow.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I have to because it's about time for my medication. So I'm gonna step down. I'm
Thank
still
you for
gonna
coming
listen,
up.
though.
That's the key. Appreciate.
No
you
problem. No problem. I had to get up on here because this whole thing is sad, and it's really sad as a black man, especially to see elders stoop this low and get down on their knees for something like this and make a complete ass of themselves. Because it's very sad for a young man to see this, but it has to be called out, and it has to be looked at as this is what happens when you put money above your decency as a human being.
Exactly.
And this is what happens. This is basically, you're seeing it. The perfect example of Obsidian right here. That's what I want to say. Thank you so much for having me, DJ.
Andre, thank you for coming through. I mean, it's amazing. It's simply amazing that he can't even keep up with his lies. I'm sorry. I'm deep into the studio thing. I wouldn't say I own a studio, but I have a studio.
My question is, how do you build a studio in an apartment?
Well, let's assume he has a house. I don't know if he has an apartment. I don't know, but you can't build one not one that you would call a legitimate studios. There's just no way to do that.
Because I mean, the reason I say that is because if someone is incapable of even paying their internet bill, how are they capable of being able to afford a mortgage?
Right.
And all that goes with the mortgage.
Yeah. It's funny to me. It's funny. Heathen Queen, welcome.
Hey all, hello. I wrote the Obsidian because I'm terrible about that. But I wrote to him and we had an exchange. But after he said that on the show to the young lady, called her the B word, I wrote to him and I said, this is an L. This is an L that you have to take. And then you probably don't know what kind of L it is right now. I said, but look how much respect you lost because you did this. He never responded back. But I wrote him a couple times. He wrote me, but he said, oh, you must be a friend of that Cynthia G and that Kazakhstan or Kazakhstan, somebody. I don't even know who that was. And he said, you must be one of those women or something to that effect. And then that's when I wrote to him. I was like, you're going to take an L because of this. You may not see it right now, but you're going to take a serious L on your name because of this.
Yeah, I agree. He doesn't understand. I think I would say this, whatever type of exchange he got from, Pearly.
I heard he didn't get paid. I mean, did he get paid?
No, I think it was that she paid him by being on his show. That's how she paid him. That's how little she thinks of him, that she won't just give him straight money.
But I didn't see any of his subscriber numbers move.
No,
at all.
No, it's still at 27.5. That's what it was the other day. It might be. Like, I'm sure he got somebody, but I guess from what somebody else was telling me, that he's kind of just like played out on the he's played out when it comes to being in the manosphere. But the manosphere is played out altogether.
Well, he has to be played out. He's not making any money. If he's not making any money, why would you keep doing it if you're not making money? See, he doesn't seem to understand that his message is what is not working. He wants to. I mean, I could tell from his. I have never heard him. I heard him that day when he was interviewing Miss Pearly, and the young lady came on. The young lady said something, and I only stayed there. Once he went off on that young lady, I was like, no. Now I see why you don't have as many subs as you should. Now I see why you're not going to be successful here. Maybe you are burnt out, but it's his own fault. So he has to take the L for this. Whatever comes down the pike.
You know what makes most of them successful? It's not men, it's the women that go visit those channels.
Right.
It's the women who offer themselves themselves up as sacrificial lambs to go on the panel so they could be ridiculed and talked about negatively and derogatory.
Mhm.
And that's the only time that they really make a lot of money and get a lot of super chats is when they can get a sacrificial lamb to go in there and speak.
Well, he definitely must not have had any recently, because that for him to be a part of that manosphere, to him to be a part of that elite club that founded the manosphere, he should be doing way better than what he's doing. But I could tell from the way he talked to that young lady, you're not going. If the females are the ones that prop up the internet, and they prop up the internet money wise, if they're the ones who do that, why would you alienate all of the women? I mean, he probably alienated even the ones that were in the manosphere. He's terrible at speaking to women. I mean, because you can tell, you can hear the contempt in his voice when he talks to women.
Heathen Queen, have you watched or listened to how Cupcake talks?
Yeah, same way.
So in their mind, they believe they're staying on some type of code. And they believe that code over anything else, over logic, over reason, over their ability to succeed and excel. The problem with a lot of Black men is that they look and they see something shining and they see how it progresses. And so they try to do and implement the same formula. And they can't conceptualize that just because it worked for this person doesn't mean that it's going to work for you.
Right.
The first person that really made a lot of money off of the heads of Black women is TS.
TS.
And they were trying to do the same formula as TS was doing. And none of them were ever successful at it. Again, Kevin Samuels stumbled upon his success. It wasn't a formula. He didn't follow a formula. He just fell into it.
Right.
And because they don't have the critical thinking skills to understand that it wasn't a plan that he made that enabled him to get there, they just saw how he got there, and now they're trying to follow suit, not understanding that it was by mere accident that he got there.
Right. And they hang around with Miss Pearly because they think that her popularity is going to rub off on them and get them more subs. It's not going to work that way with her.
Exactly, especially if her audience is mostly white
Right.
people. So
Is her
it
audience
doesn't even pass. It doesn't pass the common sense test. If she's doing this well and her audience is predominantly white people, it's not because they like Black men. I mean, it's like Black men can't conceptualize that just because someone likes, just because someone allows you into their space and they talk about Black women doesn't automatically mean that they like Black men.
Right.
It's just it blows the mind, but it's because they're deluded. Welcome to the panel, Deontay.
Oh, thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got a different set of headphones on. I just want to jump in real quick.
Wait, just 1 second. Let Heathen Queen go, and then you can go. Go ahead, Heathen.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no, what I was saying was it won't translate over to them, not at all. And the fact that they got used, because that's the way I look at it. They got the men of the manosphere or whatever sphere or whatever they're calling themselves. They got used. They drug her in. They didn't drug her in. They didn't drag her in. She walked in and they opened the doors for her. And now it's egg on their faces, right? And it's like, look, now you can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Wait, the Queen, they didn't just open the door. They took the hinges off. They took the door off, rolled out the red carpet.
Right.
Put down a little at one of those escalators that you see in the airports that's lateral. They just go,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Wait. And you know how they used to hold up the old queens on the thing. So they put her on top of the little thing, and that's how she came in the door. Like, you can't make that up.
Right. Okay. Let's
Did we lose your heathen queen?
To let the young man speak.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, I just wanted to say, first off, that's the way that they used to talk about Obsidian, especially Kevin Samuels. I thought Obsidian must have had a huge channel. I remember when I first went back and looked at it, I was like, why do they talk about this guy so much? But then I realized
he did initially. Like, okay, let me give you just a quick overview. The persons who TS's channel was huge. Then you had Phil the Advise guy. He was in that same group with Obsidian, and then another group of people. So Obsidian's channel, and Phil's channel was always bigger, but Obsidian channel in that sphere was the larger of the channels. Kevin's channel was small. So if you look at it in that dynamic, yes, Obsidian's channel was bigger than Kevin's at that time. Does that make sense?
yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I know who Phil is, Wise. And also I saw something with O'Shea Duke Jackson a few years ago where he was saying that they all used to get together and they planned on doing this. The thing with Kevin is that I thought was interesting is that one episode that went viral with the average at best lady that blew everything up for him. Before he started doing the women and just focusing on them, he spent years talking about men. And I went back and looked at a lot of those videos. And if you go back and watch some of those, he was tearing these dudes up. I mean, like he was tearing them up just as much as he was the women.
About women was completely different.
Yeah, it was different because he was totally focused on sorry ass dudes and how they need to get up. I mean, you heard what he was telling the guys.
No, but when I say completely different, I mean he was talking about dating women in his age range. He was talking about how beautiful the women in his age range was.
Right.
He wasn't saying the things that he's saying. He wasn't talking about hitting the wall. He wasn't talking the same rhetoric that he did, when he after the average at best thing.
And yeah, see, that's when I noticed. Then I went back and started listening to everything else, obviously, as he was going, because I was listening to it in real time, as we all were before he died, And you could tell he started to change. When I first discovered him in 2020, from that to the day he died, everything just started to really just advance. The way he would attack the women, the way, he would reset every time he had a new chick on. Like he would never go into any conversation mean or upset, but he would direct them. The one thing I used to really hate is how he would direct them into forcing them saying how much they want a man to make. Most of those women used to come on there and say, they would come on there and say, well, of course I would want a man that make $1 million a year, $500,000 a year, but then he would force them into that corner, which I thought was unfair.
It's the manipulation. So I'm guiding you to the way that I want you to go, so you can say what I want you to say, so I can pounce on you.
So I can pounce on you and turn the show up. So once it got to that level to where it just became like a entertainment thing outside of because what he was doing with the men was a lot different than what he was doing with the women. He would tear the men up, but he was actually trying to pass something to them. With the women, he wasn't trying to teach her or guide them. He had no solutions for nothing. The only solution that Kevin Samuels really had at the end of the day was, if you are female, you're 25 years old or younger with no kids, don't end up like all these women I'm about to torch. That's basically what his message was.
Well, this is the thing that I can't understand, and then I'm gonna read a comment and then I'll give it back to you guys. This is what I don't understand. What is it that these men think that they can teach grown women anyway about being a woman? And that's what's incredible to me. Like that's some sassy, saucy, whatever his name is, Santana guy. That's that transgender type of dialogue. Wanting to teach a woman how to be a woman. So I'm just confused by why men think that they can teach a woman how to be a woman. You can tell me what you like in a woman, but you can't teach me how to be a woman. And it's funny because men are always saying women can't teach boys how to be men, but they're insistent on the fact that they can teach us how to be women.
Right. Right.
Hilarious. Phyllis says he actually said that women are going to be good for a very long time. She's talking about KS.
Right. Right.
Henry
I
Moore
remember.
says, when they started attacking Black women, their channels took off in views, and
Right.
they stayed with that content.
Right. And you know what? Doing the research that I was doing, right, and I went back to find the video that Kevin Samuels went viral on, the one the average is best one, and I recall the other day I recall hearing him say something about Stacey Dash. Now, if you know who Stacey Dash is, she was in Clueless, like she was in movies in the 1990s. Really beautiful woman, even now. And he would reference her as a beautiful woman, as his type. His type was that Stacey Dash. So if you don't know who she is, look her up, because she's as old as he is, or as old as we are, right? I'm Kevin Samuels' age. So this was his ideal woman. If you go back and listen to I don't know where it was, roughly around that time, and I think I heard him say that the other day. His ideal woman was Stacey Dash, and Stacey Dash is in her 50s. And I remember hearing that. And another thing, that Fresh and Fit. That the reason why you just reminded me why I don't like that Fresh and Fit. It's because they try to tell women what a woman is supposed to be, how she's supposed to act, how she's supposed to respond, what she's not supposed to do, and what she is supposed to do. That is so irritating when I hear a young man try to explain to women what they're supposed to be and how they're supposed to be. That's not your job. That's not your lane. And then he does it with such conviction. And it's
they all do it with such conviction because they're reading off the pamphlet.
Right. I don't know. What makes you think you're an expert on telling me how I am supposed to be?
Especially when we know that half of you can't even wipe your behinds properly because Kevin had to instruct you on that as well. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know who they think they're instructing or who they think that they're educating on how to be a woman or what things that men like and what they don't like. When they act as though, it's so funny to me. The dynamic is just funny. Let me read this comment and then we'll get back into it. Siobhan says, why do I keep hearing the word entertainment? Like talking about Black women is a form of sport. And that's what it's Spartan. That's what they've created. It's like Black women are the entertainment and we're in the gladiator ring and they're just jesting. Like this is and it's so crazy because as everybody keeps saying, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's the same as the white supremacy. You're just enacting those same ideologies.
Right.
You're using those same ideologies as white supremacy and acting as if you're not also included in that trope.
Right.
Like you resemble me. So how is it that you think you're exempt?
Right. It's like I don't understand Obsidian's. It was so much contempt in his voice. He really, really believed what he was saying when he was talking to that young lady. I was like, I cannot believe you're sitting here pandering to this young white girl, and in front of her, you call the other lady the B word. It's like you don't understand. You all are our counterparts. There's no way that you should have done that on any way, shape, or form on a public platform, right? I mean, it's a different story if I chat with you and I call you and we're in the chat room, but that young lady has 1 million subs. And you cannot tell me that she didn't have at least half of those people watching that broadcast, okay? Or listening to what was going on. And that was the first thing he thought about, was to put the Black girl in her place, to put the Black female into her place. And I was like, no, that's just, no, I had to turn it off. I was just so amazed that he would do that. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, isn't this supposed to be the person that's in charge of the manosphere or running the manosphere? And he has disrespect like that, and it
You're
can
giving them
come.
too much credit, though. I don't know. Either quit. I think you have this expectation that they're going to be somebody different than they are. This is who they are.
I'm finding that out.
Okay, mic check 1 2. Like to kick out a shout out to Charze. Charze is in their house. Henry Mars is in their house. Also, Phyllis is in the house. Phyllis, thank you for coming through. Cindy D is in the house. And of course, the amazing Siobhan is in the house as well. And Woo just showed up in the house. It's good seeing you. Let's keep it going.
Well, maybe it's just a matter of, hey, I just thought better. I thought it would be better. I don't know. Just me.
Yeah, I mean, once you sit and listen, you know, even if you're shadow watching, once you sit and listen and you hear the same type of rhetoric from them all, and you know that it's just a grift and they could care less, you know, and when they specifically tell you that they don't care about the community. And, you know, I don't believe in the community anyway, but they tell you they don't care about Black people. And it's evident by the way that they behave and the things that they say that they don't care about Black people. Even if they didn't come out and say that they don't care about Black people, the sheer fact that they don't cover the things that are extremely important and detrimental amongst the Black demographic, that in and of itself tells you that they don't care. Because they're not talking about Black men killing one another every 2 hours. Even if they don't address the femicide rate, they should be addressing the murder rate amongst them. You know what I'm saying? They're not addressing unemployment and underemployment. As a matter of fact, they're telling them to not be educated. Like, just go get a trade, go get something quick. But with getting a trade or getting a skill, it doesn't always put you in a position to make the money that you could make if you went ahead and got an education. Now, that's not to say that every person needs to go to a 4-year university. I'm not saying that at all. But you can't complain about not being able to see a Black doctor or not being able to have a Black lawyer or not having representation in a certain area when you're discouraging Black men from going into those areas.
Right.
Deontay, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I'm sorry. When it comes to college, I mean, if you are going into something specific like being a lawyer, I'm sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know how I'm okay. If you're going to be a lawyer, doctor, teacher, engineer, even an accountant, or anything in the STEM field, then I understand that. But there are, like, I remember back in 2007 when I first went to college, it was a overinflation. The market was oversaturated with business degrees. And I remember people were saying, well, I want to go to college to get a business degree so I can open up a business. And I'm thinking, like, dude, even at 18, I understood you don't need to have a business degree to start a business. And then, I mean, I went to school with people who were going for fine arts and, you know, Middle Eastern Renaissance, just all kind of degrees where they end up going into debt and they did not end up using their degrees for work. I worked at a grocery store for 5 years and I was making the same amount of money, this is while I'm in college, as people who had bachelor's degrees stocking shelves. And I'm like, well, what are you doing here if you got a degree? So I do agree that if you don't have a specific plan on what you want to do going into college, then you shouldn't go into that type of debt, you know, especially for a degree that's not really going to make you any money. And then when it comes to the trades, depending on which trade you get into, like, for example, if you want to become a plumber, you want to become a carpenter,
HVAC.
HVAC, they're going to build. They're building new buildings all the time. It's always good to know how to use those things, especially like when you want to get into construction, things like that. But other than that, though, I don't think that there's like a really huge issue when it comes to black men when it comes to education, except for the ones who just don't want to do it at all. Because I can see how, like, I think black women are more educated.
Back up. What do you mean? You said
what I mean is what I'm saying is that if they decide to go and get, like, I have a little nephew who he graduated from a high school in Columbus, Ohio, where they still have trades in the school, and we told him to get his certification for HVAC, and he did, and he had the choice. He had the choice to go to college or not if he didn't want to, and we was like, well, you can go and get an apprenticeship, and at 19 years old, he ended up making $22 an hour. You know, and that was, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. Now he's making like 26. And so he's doing fine for himself. And the guys that he went to school with who did go to college, the ones who did graduate, the few that did, they're not even making $20 an hour at their jobs. But so I'm saying that the black men that do decide to go get educated, I think it's best for them to either pick a trade or pick something specific, like you said, doctor, lawyer,
well,
something like that.
And that's the thing. The people are going to university, but they're not educating themselves on the reason they're going to university. They don't have a plan and they're not intentional. It's not that people can't make it. It's not that people that college isn't useful for everyone. And the thing about it is a lot of people don't understand that you can use a liberal arts degree as an educator. See, people think that, okay, I got this degree and now I don't know what to do with it, and I got it in this field, so it's useless. No 4-year degree is useless. Not one of them. You can always be an educator. They're looking for educators all over the place. And the thing about even if you're getting a trade in school, what a lot of black women do, is they'll get a trade. They'll work as a CNA, or they'll work as LVN. While they're working, they'll go to school and continue education. It's as though a lot of people don't understand, and I'm specifically talking about black men, that just because you get in one area doesn't mean that you're bound to that area. If I tell you what, my undergrad and my graduate degree are divergent. I mean, I could use both, and it makes me it enabled me to do a lot more and have a lot more job opportunities because they're divergent and they come together in a certain aspect. And I was working full time while doing it. As a matter of fact, I was in 2 master's programs, again, 2 divergent programs, but they came together so that I could use both of them. So there's a way to work whatever you have. And one girl was making a comment. It's like people don't want the information. She was making a comment, and I was telling her, I was asking her questions, and because of her specific circumstances, but she never followed up. A lot of people don't want the information because they really don't want to do anything else with themselves. Right. Because if you really wanted the information, there are most cities have more than one place that you can go for job placement.
Right.
So you can search the internet. And me and Monica, I'm with Monica, the federal government. Like, come on. I mean, that's what I can't say enough about working for the federal government.
Right. You can do that. You can do that. Every degree I have, I don't work in any of those degrees that I have. And I have 4. So I don't work in any of those degrees that I have. But I make over 6 figures. Right.
And Monica's comment: the federal government will hire you with a liberal arts degree and pay you good money. Recreational therapists are GS-11s. Like that. And look up the pay scale. Just look up the pay scale for GS. And the thing about within the government is you could start out in one area and advance to a whole nother area, but it's getting your foot in the door. You know, you can start out even as a telephone with the telephones and still advance your way up there. Like, once you get your foot in the door, there's so many areas that you can go to. Even if you don't get in the federal government, there's local governments. You can get in the state institutions. There's so many job opportunities that afford people the ability to have health insurance, dental insurance, retirement funds, but people aren't looking for those things.
Right.
And they want to sit around and complain, but not do anything about their station in life.
Right. I have a nephew who barely made it out of high school. He was a special ed student. He barely made it out of high school. And he went to trade school. He went to trade for, what the heck is that? To bond steel with metal. What is that?
Welder.
Welder. He went to a trade for like 6 months or 3 months to be a welder. And he makes more money than he makes like $30-some an hour. And he's only like 29. Okay. So he makes a good salary just for him. So all things are possible. You just have to explore. It may not be a long educational process. It can be a short one, but you just have to make a decision on something. You just can't say, I just want to do whatever job that comes down the pike. You got to be focused on something.
Right. And they're complacent. A lot of Black men are complacent. Like they'll get something and think that, they have to stay stuck in that job, and they become disenchanted. And so you don't have to stay stuck where you are. And it's I don't know a lot of men that will work several jobs to get to where they want to go. Several Black men working several jobs to get to where they want to go. Let's go ahead and see what Obsidian is saying.
And we hope that they will come and join the conversation. A number of them, not all, but a number of them have already registered that they will not be joining us this evening. That's their choice. So with that being said, I want to lay.
I was chomping down on some food, but anyway, look how disingenuous he's being. He's acting like these people are obligated to respond. This nigga ain't shit. He was broke a couple weeks ago. Why should they respond to him? What has he done for these other people? I mean, really.
A couple of ground rules for today's topic. Number one, Just Pearly Things is a guest.
Did something happen?
Sorry, my bad. My bad. Oh, shoot. You guys may have not heard me. Notice how he's making it seem like he's such a big deal that these people would just automatically just want to be on the show. This nigga ain't shit. He's not, I mean, the man, I mean, really, when you think about it, the manosphere as a whole ain't shit. It really isn't. Some people make money in it, some people don't.
Right.
But the people he was contacting, don't want anything to do with him. It's not like they don't feel like they don't have a good argument, and that's what he's going to try to make it sound like it was. But, and the people that I know that said they were going to, they were contacted, they would have ate this nigga alive, but they know he also has his hand on the mute button. You see what I'm saying? They would ate him up alive. They're smarter. Everybody, the people that I know that he contacted, because I heard while they were doing a live or something that they said they were contacted, they would ate him up. They would ate him up. Yeah. So I just needed to make it clear that I said that, because he's a deceiver. He likes to make sure that everybody knows that everybody thinks a certain way or is fooled to think a certain way. Now, he knows the people he contacted aren't fooled by him, but he doesn't even respect his own following. He knows they're stupid. So he's going to make it sound like he contacted the biggest and baddest brains and on the internet to break down this woman. By the way, this to me, this woman reminds me of a 13-year-old white girl. She's immature. She's stupid, and to me, her most honest, the most honest she ever has been was when that racist dude was on her channel. Everything you saw was her, the real her. The chemistry she had with the racist guy was the truth. That was the truth.
Right. You want to know something, DJ? What was funny to me is when she started mentioning Karens, he even felt uncomfortable. Like, how can you make a racist feel uncomfortable? Like,
I saw that moment. I was like, whoa, he even looked kind of crazy on that one. He did.
What's sad and funny about it is that she doesn't even seem to know. Karen is a derogatory derogatory term for a mostly Caucasian women unjustly accusing black men. That's what she's trying to turn it into. Oh, well, when I tell them to turn the music down, that's not really being a Karen. That's not really being a Karen. A Karen is telling them to turn the music down because you're black. They're telling you, that woman's telling you to turn the music down because you're black, or because you're at a cookout, which has no concern of them. They live 30 miles away, but they still tell you to put the fire out.
no, DJ, one better is that you're minding your own business in your own neighborhood, and they're
Right.
taking you down, telling you that you don't belong in your own neighborhood. And then when you say you live there, asking you to prove that you actually live in that neighborhood. That part.
Exactly. It's clear that I make this clear that she said she is a Karen. She has behaved like a Karen. Karen is a cousin of Me Too.
I cannot tell whether she's really, really that spacey or it's an act.
I think she's dumb. I think she's protected by her father's money. That's what I think.
I kind of was leaning that way too. You know,
back in the old school times, a Caucasian man would call her a bird brain. That's what they would call her.
I saw her. I must have missed. I saw her on Anton's, on that person's channel. I saw her when she first, I guess, started becoming popular, and she was on his channel, and she was still doing the dingbat thing. She still was doing the dingbat thing. So that's when I started to doubt, to think she actually is a dumb blonde.
Yeah.
Wait, I wanted to read this comment. Where is it? Oh, Phyllis's. She said, "Don't be surprised if you see her with Candace and Kanye." And let me tell you what's going to be funny about that. These ninjas will flock to Candace and Kanye because they'll see that they'll latch on to her and say, "Oh, she was a part of us." And so maybe since we say she was a part of us, that'll promote us and we'll be big. See, they have no foresight, they have no afterthought, they have no self-reflection, they have no identity. That's the problem. These men have no identity outside of this little conglomerate that they formed that isn't getting them anywhere. And so they're stuck right there because they don't know anything else and they're not capable of doing anything else. And again, what I will tell you is they're trying to trap the minds of young men to be the same way that they are, because they're actually jealous that young men have a better opportunity to do more than what they've done with their lives.
Right.
That's well said.
Things agreed to come on today to directly address the Nick Fuentes interview and other things attended to it that we'll get into over the course of the interview today. But she specifically requested that I reach out to a number of content creators who have disagreed with her stance regarding the Fuentes interview. Now, for those of you who may not be aware of this, I covered the interview in its entirety. It was a 3-hour-long interview.
See, the thing is this. He made a good play because he's trying to only make it about the interview, but he's not going to make it about the Me Too thing that she did. She's not going to make it about when she complained. She tried to get a concierge fired as well. Okay. He's not going to make it about all her other dumb comments. He's just focusing just on trying to knock out this latest, what do you call it? This latest stupidity or
Right.
gaffe.
Right.
That's what he's trying to do. But see, if everyone looks at everything she's done, it clearly makes a message that she don't like y'all. If your skin is brown, she's using you. That's what she's here to do.
It's a pattern.
It's a pattern. And it's funny because it's the same pattern that these men accuse Hollywood folks of doing, right? They say, "Oh yeah, you're just using us. You're just using us, black people, Hollywood, liberal Hollywood, whatever." But But when it comes to her, all of a sudden it's like, wait, let's listen to the girl, see what she has to say.
Not only Hollywood, politicians. You hear what they always say. They always say the same thing about politicians, but yet they can't see this on this level.
I'm talking between Just Pearly Things and Nick Fuentes. I did not clip it. I did not use any segments out of it or edit it in any type of way. I let it roll from front to back. You can check that out on this channel right here. I just did that. I covered it for 8 hours yesterday. So you can see for yourself and you can make your own decisions.
Yep, I made my own decision. Both of you are garbage. Both of you.
This is how she paid him. So he was able to upload her video without interruption for 8 hours so he could get the views from what she already got the views from. The breadcrumbs, just the crumbs.
It's so weird. It's crazy to me because even back in the 90s, when there wasn't that politically correct thing going on, right? Her buzzwords, which Phyllis has stated, my Africans, so that would have been seen as racist in the 90s. So for them to try to play this crap off is amazing.
No, I have to look at it this way. If she's playing it, if she's a dumb blonde and she's a dumb blonde for real, if she is that way, then she's very oblivious to tone deaf, to black issues. And so she thinks it's normal because she lives in a normal white world. When you live in a normal white world, you don't think of the words, you don't think of Jim Crow and racism. You don't think of it like that. You know it's there, but you don't think you're racist. You know it's there, but you don't think saying certain phrases and doing, and minimizing certain events is racist. You don't think that way. You just think it's normal.
Right. That's nothing by her saying she didn't think the U.S. had a lot of racism. Like, how can a white person tell you that it's so tone deaf? Even in my cultural diversity, in my master's program, cultural diversity class, there's one girl that said, "Oh, white girl, of course, because that's mainly who I went to school with. Oh, this such and such area just doesn't have any racism." And I was like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "Who are you to say?" If you see it, of course you wouldn't see it. You would be oblivious to it because it's not applicable to you.
Right.
A white person can't tell you where racism is or isn't. Right. It's asinine for them to even attempt to do so because it's not being expressed towards you. It's being expressed towards me. And what they don't understand is they're so blind to it that it's not even always something that's said.
Right.
We can walk in a room. Me and you can walk in a room with a white person that's not acclimated, because there are some white people that are clearly acclimated, and they can walk in a room with you and say, "Oh no, it's time for all of us to go." But a lot of them aren't, and so they will walk in a room with you and I will look at each other, and we'll look at them, and they're like, "What?" Because they have no clue what we're looking at and what we're feeling and what we're sensing. And I was watching a video yesterday about the very same subject. Like, we can walk in a room and we'll get the stare of death and cricket sounds.
Right.
And they're hokey dokey along, not knowing that anything is wrong.
And another way they do it is when they meet you, they say, "Oh, you're so nice. You're so
That
like
fake smile.
really? Like what am I supposed to be other than nice?" They just don't. They don't. That's why I think she's dingy, and she's the dumb blonde, and she really is that way because she's very It's like if she has a facade or she has a mask on, she keeps it on 24/7. Because I can't tell whether it's the dinginess or she just has a mask. But I think she really is oblivious to anybody else except whiteness. She's oblivious.
That's exactly what white privilege is. See, white privilege does not exist to white people. When a white person tell you white privilege ain't real, they not lying, because from their standpoint, they don't see it. We only see it because if you have two white people competing for a job, ain't no white privilege there. It's just the survival of the fittest, right? But then when you got two white people and a black person competing for the job, and the owner of the company's white, the boss is white, now the white privilege kicks in for them. They don't see it.
You want to know something interesting, Deontay? I first heard of white privilege from a white person. So
that's crazy.
A lot of them are aware of it.
No, I mean, okay, listen, I do believe that. They're not stupid. Just like you were saying about, I don't believe that Pearl is that dingy. She just doesn't give a damn at the end of the day. Look at what she did. This is how she paid Obsidian, like you guys were saying. She paid him. This is the hottest topic in the manosphere. What did she do? She said, "I'm gonna address this on his show, on his platform, and I'm gonna erase this video off of my platform and let him get the raw uncut of it.
Right.
And he gonna cap for me the whole time." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's crazy. And
well, it goes back to DJ's intro. It goes back to Dan. What is it, Bojangles?
Yeah, Mr. Bojangles.
Oh, Bojangles.
Dance. Yeah, that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. In fact, let me see if I can bring it up. Bring it up. And then Obsidian lightly touched down. Better for you.
I promise him and Obsidian are probably the same height.
A little high strung. The fact is, you'd be working for me. She can say anything she likes, but she can't fire you.
I wouldn't be in your shoes if the sweet Lord Jesus come down and asked me himself.
I don't need you. I don't want you. And I don't like you saying I'm rich. What are you doing?
I'm trying to drive you to the store.
You're speeding, I can see it.
We're only doing about 19 miles an hour.
I like to go under the speed limit.
But the speed limit's 35, yeah.
Nothing came easy.
Morning, Miss Daisy.
There you
Leave
go.
my flower man
you
alone.
They didn't connect.
There you go, Obsidian. There you are. There you are, Obsidian. There you go.
Love the house of pictures, Miss Daisy.
Love the house, Miss Pearly. Miss Pearly. You really want me to keep these niggas in check? I tries to get these niggas in check for you. Miss Pearly.
I don't want you nosy.
That's a mighty fine picture, Miss Pearly. That's a mighty fine picture. You know, I try my best to reach the biggest and brightest to debate with about you, Miss Pearly. But don't you mind now. I got my button on that mute, my hand on the mute button. When they start making you look stupid, I'm gonna hit it, Miss Pearly.
Then through my things.
They couldn't agree.
You took the wrong turn at Old Polite.
Oh, now you took it with me, Miss Daisy. And you got the man.
They wouldn't give in.
Well, I'll help you to the door.
You won't give in, Miss Pearly. Miss Pearly. Miss Pearly. Miss Pearly. I won't give in. I tell all the ManHOEsphere Negroes to get in line.
You ended at the perfect spot. I'll help you to the door.
I help you to the door, Miss Pearly. Miss Pearly, you know, it's.
Maggot hands. He went to the old soft shoe.
Oh, Obsidian! I know you got that move left in you. I know. I heard you're on a cane, but you can do that one still.
Did
you can still do that?
Oh my God!
Yeah, you can still do that. He even dresses this. You know, the Obsidian even dresses like this
with the lift in the shoe.
Yep.
He could jump so
high. You can jump, Miss Pearly. I'm jumping for you, Miss Pearly. I'm jumping as high as I can. Don't worry, I'll get the Negroes in check for you, cause they dumb.
Jump so high, and then he lightly.
What is it?
I don't know if he can do that. You know that, and maybe he could do it on the cane. I'm not sure.
He tried though.
Tricky. That move right there might be a little tricky.
If Miss Pearly tell him to, he'd do it.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
In the house, Sudden Bell.
Big Cap says Obsidian keep putting out the content. Those that need the message will get it. The rest will not. Oh,
you know. And then he slightly touched down. Mr. Bojangles. Let me shut up. Let me play more of this. Now let's see what he went. Now where was he going?
Fighting for to elevate a white woman over you, that must have felt bad, right? And for the women who were speaking up, they were kicked out.
So listen, before they go any further, this is one of the parts that I had an issue with. This is one of the parts I had issue with. Yeah, blessing always late.
It's funny how he left out our clips, folks. He didn't want none of that, huh? He didn't come over here. He didn't bring Miss Pearly over here, did he? No. He don't want none of this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Already contacted me saying that they will not be here tonight. I suspect that they will be tuning in with interest. That is their choice.
No shit. They got shit to do. They're not tuning into you. They don't care what you have to say. I didn't tune in. Shit, hey, y'all, this is the first time I'm seeing watching this, and I've seen enough. We know how dude is, so you know he's just gonna do some yowza massa, and then try to debate a little bit here and there, cuss out people that he should because he's losing his point.
Ooh.
No, that's about it.
Can I please address this? Can I please, please?
Go for it.
Think about it. Everything Obsidian says is wrong. Why do he have so many followers and people watching his videos? Because they're all idiots. There's a lot of idiots in the world. There are a lot of lost little sheep in the world that don't have direction and that just can't see clearly. So, of course.
Yeah, he made it clear that, and he doesn't care. He made it clear it's about the money. In the house, Jen J's in the house. King Sigma in the house.
And he performed like you knew he would, right? He performed. I popped in right. No, as a matter of fact, I didn't watch it. I must have been on something else, doing something else. And then I popped in, and at the exact moment, I heard him talking to a female, and then he started to go off on the female. I think I popped in right at that time, and then I was like, do I really want to listen to the rest of this? Yeah. And then I was like, no, I'm not listening. I'm not listening to him bash black women. I'm just not going to do that. So I turned it off. I think I heard that part, and that was it. Or either I was directed to there to listen to that part. I can't remember. But I couldn't see. There's nothing that she can say that can explain what she did other than the fact that she's a dingbat, right?
Yeah.
That's the only way you could be so apologetic, is that you're a dingbat and you said it mistakenly because you think. It's not that she thinks that way. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the young gentleman explained it better. If you're white, the world is already white to you. So there's nothing different in that world except the whiteness.
Right.
And so you just say what you want to say in that world. And if it's offensive to other races, then it's just offensive to other races. That's how she comes across to me. She lives in a world of whiteness. She doesn't understand that there's other species in this world of whiteness that will take offense to her naturally regular words. And so that's what happened when she was right there with her counterpart. She was speaking the language he understands. He was speaking the language she understands. And then they got comfortable with each other. Okay. She was finishing his sentences. She was finishing some of his thoughts, which told me this is the way you normally think. Right. So that's what convinced me you know what you were saying because you believe what you're saying. You just want to clean it up because all the animals that are not in your white world took offense to the bulk of us took offense. Some of us didn't take offense, but the majority of the people that are in your white world that are not white were offended. And so now she had to backtrack, but you believed everything that you said. I believe she believed that. I believe she believes that she lives in a white world, and whatever the white world thinks, she's going to speak it. She doesn't know any different. So.
Right. And this is a perfect learning moment for all of men in Red Pill, because after blaming black women over and over again, that you're forgetting that this is the exact reason you are where you are, because of the mindset you have and the way you think. You see how many of you are waking up. Well, some of you, or I should say, are waking up. Not many, some of you are waking up and you're realizing that, Mr. Bojangles right here, he's a sambo. He's a sambo. And this woman is controlling him. And that's that. And this is why there's too many men like him. There's too many men who appear to be leaders like him that are willing to sell out not only black women, but black men for his own pocket.
Let me ask you this question. Because see, they love to do these types of things and they don't care about the consequences to everybody else. But can you imagine if all black women turned their backs on black men, where black men would be? Because see, the number of them that turn their backs on us is negligible compared to the way that black women are with black men. But if black women woke up and decided to side with white men,
know what would happen?
There would
be a lot of dead black men.
That's what I want everybody on the phone to answer.
It would be a lot of dead black men. Why? Because the minute black women say, I am done as a collective, I am done with black men, that will give the white men license to take you out. And then it won't be like against the law. It'll be one of this vigilante things that go on around here. Well, hey, he disappeared. We don't know what happened to him. He went to the store. He ended up dead. He ended up dead in his car. It'll be a whole bunch of that because the minute because the only thing that stands between white men and black women between the black man and the white man is the black woman. She's the only thing that saves black men from being a statistic because we as a collective find black men useful on some level. But the minute we don't find them useful, because white men don't find you guys useful, black women find you useful. The minute black women don't find you useful is the minute that will give license to white men to take you out.
Right. I mean, it makes sense. Think about it like this. You brought up a great point, and this is the scary, sad part. Okay. Thinking if you take a white person's point of view, okay, and they see that black men are killing each other every 2 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
And black women are not, right? And both genders of black people are equally, at the very least, equally educated, right? Mm-hmm. Who are you going to take? You're going to take, this is the weird part, is who are you going to take? If both genders are equally educated, right? And you don't need somebody to just dig a ditch with a shovel because they don't dig ditches with shovels no more, but I'm just trying to make an example.
Mm-hmm.
And why would you take a risk hiring somebody who will likely have a higher violence level than the female gender? You can say this about anybody. It just wouldn't make sense.
Females are not a risk.
Right.
We have what they want. We're females, so it won't be a stretch. It would not be a stretch for us to be in relationships with them. Right. I mean, I'm just saying, because we are female. If we didn't have black men, if there were no black men, if there was minimal black men, there would be partners for there would be partners for black women too, right?
Right. Let's not even think about personal. I'm thinking about just in the professional realm.
Right.
Why would a company, knowing the disposition of black men at the moment, even though it might have been taught by the Caucasian men, right, back a long time ago, right? Mm-hmm. The disposition is that we damage each other a lot. So, and black women don't. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Black men, we're gonna do that. Everything in all those hip hop videos, a lot of it we do, right?
Right.
Okay. Black women don't. So equally educated, right?
Right.
So if there was a higher paying job, why would you take a risk on a black man when the black women can do the same job and they're lower risk?
And not only are we lower risk, we're lower paid. The only place, and that's another reason. That's another reason, though, that right. I'm with Monica. The federal government is the place to be. Although there's discrimination everywhere. There's discrimination there, but you're less likely to experience the same type of getting held back.
It's definitely worth looking into.
Right. You experience it less, and you're paid per GS. So if I'm a GS 12 step 10 and a white guy is GS 12 step 10, he's getting paid the same thing I'm getting paid. So we're getting paid the same thing.
Right.
So there is no
there's no hustles. Now they might get some perks or something, but there's no hustles.
No, well, a lot of times there is no perks. We can get the same thing. So it's not a big disparity as it pertains to that. Now, when it comes to going up for jobs, you may have to have more education and more this and more that than them. But when you're the same grade, you get paid the same.
Got it. Let me kick out some shout outs. We have Mr. DJ Music in the house. Sutton Bell is in the house. King Sigma is in the house. NC 1213 is in the house. Andre in the house. Act Natural Under Pressure is in the house. Phyllis is in the house. Pookie Must Prime is in the house. A Lady is in the house. I think I got everybody so far. There we go. There we go. Yeah, but that's the weird thing is that the key message I have for Black men is this is our problem is not Black women. Our problem is the way we think about things, the way we overthink. We make sex a priority. We don't think about success. We're driving Miss Daisy, or in this driving Miss Pearly. That is our problem. In a time that you don't really need to do that, you're still doing it. And the proof is right in front of you right here with this dude right here. And the fact of the matter that he went out of his way to call a woman a bitch. And we all know that that woman was probably of color, right?
Right.
For young men, just for the sake of your mothers and sisters and your nieces and your cousins, you should have tuned him out. That is, he didn't call Miss Pearly a bitch, did he? No, he didn't. Now I admit I called her a bitch. I called her one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't come. See, that's funny because this is how weak men like this are. They don't come for me. I've never had one of these manosphere dudes come for me. Never did. They'll go, but next thing you know, they're going after Cynthia G or for Harriet or somebody else.
Mm.
That's back in the day we would call somebody like that a bitch nigga.
Mm.
Back in the day, that's what we call them. And I can't. Hey, if he quacks like a duck or clacks like a duck, then he's a duck.
Right.
Let me play a little bit more of this. In the house, Kelly Goodman. Thank you, Kelly, for showing up. Here we go.
Number 4, we will have a lively and spirited.
It's funny him being bossy all like this, and he's living in a shack. Cracks me up.
Well, you know, you have to learn the difference between bossy and sassy. He's being sassy.
But civil conversation, no exceptions.
But civil conversation, but he's calling people bitches.
And bullhorn, and on the bullhorns every time, and talking
Right.
underneath women's clothing every time. But he's supposed to somehow have a civil conversation now.
Right. That just shows that's that bitch niggadom coming out of him.
Which leads me to rule number 5. My moderators will enforce a 3 strikes rule in the chat room. What do I mean by that? Like I said, I don't want any personal attacks. If my
He personally attacked, he called somebody a bitch. See, freaking hypocrite, lowlife. See, I'm getting more and more mad at him. Before, believe it or not, months before, we had tongue and cheek conversations in the chat, not live. That's before he blocked me, of course. Then he turned into a lowlife. And he still is. He didn't turn into it. He just turned into it with me. Let me make that clear. He is who he is. He is who we thought he was. Very weak man. He should be taking care of his wife, living living okay off of his pension or whatever. But no, he doesn't do that. He spends all day disrespecting black women.
Oh, he's married. Oh.
Supposedly.
Oh, okay.
You can't tell these days. You really can't. Usually people who I thought were married turn out not to be.
Oh, okay.
Or and that's both men and women in the manosphere.
Or if I see you and we deem you saying something out of pocket, we'll time you out. If you do it again, we'll time you out. You do it again for a third time, you're out of here. Good people can video that I covered yesterday over the course of 8 hours.
Okay.
Border policies because I wanted them to come. Again.
Several of those people suggested that you had malicious or disingenuous intent in taking down that video. I wanted to give you a chance.
I mean, it was just, I don't see anything wrong with her doing that. I mean, obviously she did. The real her was on there. Why would you it's like this. It's not the most moral thing to do, but it's business, right? She looked like a piece of crap. If anything, that's just an admission that she knows that she was a piece of crap on video. Otherwise, why would you take it down? In fact, you would leave it up and then you would be 10 toes down and say, hey, I didn't say anything wrong. I don't care. Take a look. But no. And remember now, she was not going to remove anything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to leave it up. The only reason she took it down was because she was getting, so she was finally, just maybe there would be enough real men in the manosphere to say this ain't right. And there wasn't, of course. But what's crazy about it is, again, this wasn't the only incident that should have been really looked upon. This is just the icing on the cake, in my opinion.
So what she did was she made her rounds around to her little neglets and asked them, did I do anything wrong? I just don't think I did anything wrong. And her neglets were like, no, you didn't do anything wrong. No, ma'am, you didn't do anything wrong. But, just to appease the niggers, you
Right.
might want to take it down.
Here's the thing. What's even more interesting to me is that she told us about the behind the scenes when the racist dude talked shit about the brother who was dating the white girl, like old school bigotry shit. Like, why is he here with her? Now, these are two people. Remember now, they work for her. But he's telling, the guy told her, Pearly, what is he doing with her? I don't like this at all. She should have sent him out right then and there. The fact that she didn't tells you everything you need to know. There's no way to cover that up. Just that incident alone tells you everything about her. She does not care about black people. She cares about herself. Otherwise, she would have sent the guy packing.
This is the only alibi I'll give her, Torch, is that she's had these neglets around her that incentivize her and allows her to do that in their presence. They don't tell her, wait a minute, what you're doing is wrong and it's offensive to me and I won't work with you. But because they see dollar signs, a lot of them will sell themselves and everyone else out right along with them. So
I bet she doesn't even pay him that much. I guarantee you it ain't shit.
But again, they don't care that she's not paying them monetarily. They feel like they're getting the views, the clicks, the views. It's all about the clicks, the views for these people. Because again, it's just the same as I said with Kevin Samuels. As long as they can hold on to the coattails, they think they're going to make it some kind of way by holding on to this because they have nothing of themselves. They're not talented. These people aren't talented. All they are grifting. They catch a hold to a story and go with the wind. And when the tides change, they'll change with that tide.
Right.
Exactly. That's the name of the dude. That's the Sambo. The Sambo King. I call him King Bitches now. He used to be called King Riches. But if he wants to act like one, he justified being with her. He said that even if she was racist, he would not quit because, he's living it up. You see what I'm saying? It would be bad business. So what's coming down the pipe is this. Fine. You want to think that way? That's fine. If you want to give up your dignity, I mean, he could really just go out and maybe get another job somewhere else, but who knows? Maybe he can't. Maybe he's an ex-con. I have no idea.
Right.
But all I know is this, is that there's a point in time when if black men, if you really want to know why black women and other women in America ain't fucking with you, it's because you give up your dignity so easily. And you're dignified at the wrong time when you're shooting at your own people.
Right.
So I can't help you. I can't help you.
Right. I feel like these people were the ones that sold us into slavery initially.
Right.
Remember the men who sold us into slavery initially?
Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Chester the pedo in the chat.
Is he here? Chester's here?
Yeah, that's him under that King Sigmund. You know,
oh, that's him?
Yeah, come on now. Anytime you see someone worshiping this thing on the screen, you know it's him.
Oh, and come on, Chester, you got to come up. We got to talk, Chester.
This idiot said that's her hair. That's her real hair. No weave. Those big, long, stringy, the ones that's longer than the other part, dude, that's weave.
That's weave all the way.
What's crazy is she even said it was. See, I mean, it's like
and let a black girl say she got weave in her hair. Let a black woman say she got weave in her hair.
Right, Chester. I've been roasting her all day. So you need to come up here and defend her. You really do. I've been roasting her all day. If she should be black by now, I've been roasting her so much. Her skin should be black right now. I've been roasting her so hard. So you got to come up here and defend her. It's your obligation.
Maybe he can come up with a better apology. Maybe he can come up with a better apology than what she did.
Queen Heathen, he doesn't think that she said anything wrong. It would be a complete waste of time, energy, and effort.
Come on, Chester. Come on up. Come through, bro. Come through, bro. Look, Chester, we had your cousin in here earlier today. Come on, it's your turn. Your cousin was, Cupcake was in here earlier.
Is he one of those newfangled black people who, one of those newfangled black people?
He's one of those black dudes that was on the short bus with a helmet, elbow pads, and knee pads, licking the window.
Oh man.
She doesn't need to apologize. King Signal. Yes, she does.
I mean, it's not even a good weave. It's not even a good weave.
Right.
No
mistaking it, but they love her. Stop that.
They love her.
Chester,
pull up. Come on, Chester, pull up.
No smoke for the weave. No smoke for the white girl weave. No smoke.
Yeah. None. They love it. They have no problem with her having a weave.
All right. And yet it's a sin, a cardinal sin, that we put weave in our hair. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well.
It's because it wasn't clear to me if YouTube had taken down the video and by extension Rumble, or if that you made the executive decision to take it down. So I wanted to give you a chance to speak directly to that and why, and then we'll go from there.
Well, okay, first of all, I could not put that full video on Rumble. Oh my gosh. I thought, I couldn't believe you even reacted to all of it, to be honest. That's like a sure way to get your channel taken down. I took it down because
wait. Pause. Did you hear that?
So she took it down?
No. Before that.
That I covered yesterday over the course of 8 hours. My response to that question would be no. I think you were stupid, but I don't think you were racist.
No. Go back.
Little Prism in the house. Thank you for coming through.
No, go back. When she first started
YouTube channel, and welcome to Morning Coffee Thoughts, where I give my thoughts over morning coffee. Today I have a chai tea. I quit coffee. You guys don't care about what I'm drinking.
When he preferenced her showing something or whatever, She said, I can't believe you reacted to that. You played the whole video. That's a surefire way to get your channel
taken down.
You didn't hear that, DJ?
Yeah, I heard it.
So, in other words, I have you by the balls. So don't piss me off because I could really take your whole channel.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, she's evil. She's evil.
Yeah, I'm going to be addressing the Nick Fuentes situation. Yeah, I know why you guys are here. Okay. So I want to first say I take full accountability for everything that happened. Everything that happened.
No, she didn't. Remember, she's just saying this from memory. Notice there's no emotion whatsoever. She's just saying this. I think we went over. Actually, I made a reaction video to this. So yeah, she's just trying to get this out of the way. As I stated before in the last video that I made of this, she is, and I was actually, believe it or not, she proved me right by saying that she's going to try to get back at people now. But during this time, she's just trying to get us black folks back in the fold. She's just trying to get us back under that boot. That's what she's trying to do.
No. She's trying to get black men, and the few like Melanie and the other couple of women, but not black people, black men.
Right. Now, one thing I didn't comment on was watch her body language. Watch her body language. It's very important. See, she doesn't think black people are smart. She really doesn't. I'm telling you the truth right now. She doesn't. Let me see. I don't know why this thing takes so long to, because all the other videos play right up. Maybe they're trying to take it down. Let me do this. Let me close that out. And I'm going to close that out.
Look at the look on her face. The look on her face is like, don't try me.
Yeah, let's go to the video and we can kind of, discuss it back and forth. So this is your video earlier.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I knew and what I didn't know.
I wanted you to take it back. Where
the blue bag.
And putting out I guess you could say a mea culpa video a bit earlier, explaining your actions with regard to Nick Fuentes. So
take it back even further.
No, take it back. Take it back. That's the beginning right there. See?
Where he's okay.
It's right. That's her coffee.
She puts the cup down.
I think it's right there. Right. Damn, this mouse is crazy. Let me go.
Yeah, let's go to the video and we can kind of, discuss it back and forth. So this is your video earlier today. You released an official statement with regard to the Nick Fuentes interview, and then we can go from there and talk about it. So let's listen.
This YouTube channel, and welcome to Morning Coffee Thoughts, where I give my thoughts over morning coffee. Today I have a chai tea. I quit coffee.
King
guys.
Sigma says, "I love her long hair."
You can have it for a total of $27.99 per pack. You can have your own.
Yeah, that's actually true. See, that's the thing is that these men, they be, I don't know. I don't get it. I really, no, I do get it, but it's sad to see. Let's put it that way. I mean, we've heard Chester talk shit about a weave, but he's actually telling us he loves her weave.
Well, he seems to think that bothers us. We don't care. We want you to take the weave and the white girl and go over there with that noise. That's what we want you to do.
You guys don't care about what I'm drinking. Okay. Today, I'm going to be addressing the Nick Fuentes situation. Yeah, I know why you guys are here. Okay. So
notice how unsincere she is and how she just wants to get it over with.
Right.
Okay. This is important because, again, actions speak louder than words. She does not. This is a chore. This is a chore to her. She is mad that we are upset. She
Because
is not mad because she made a mistake. She's mad because we are upset. She feels like she shouldn't have never done that. And she turned around and eventually, after making this fake apology, and says, yes, that was a fake apology. She did that.
I want to first say I take full accountability for everything that happened. Everything that happens in life, as I say to the girls on my show, is my own fault. The fact that people are making these videos is my own fault. And the situation that I'm in is my own fault. Now I'm going to—
She doesn't believe that at all.
You guys an explanation and give you guys context for some of the conversations that were had. Just know it's not an excuse. It's my own fault. I take full accountability for everything that happened. Okay.
So I want people to know something. Full accountability, full responsibility is not the same thing as a contrite heart, or saying that I recognize that what I did was wrong and how it was wrong and affected other people. That's not at all what she's doing here. No,
she could care less, really. I'm going to let's watch this for a minute, but I'm going to fast forward to where the panel starts to get a little bit, full.
I'm going to answer questions that people have brought my way. So the first thing is, why did you have Nick on? So the reasoning behind having Nick Fuentes on was because I heard—
Look how hard she's trying to think of a lie.
On the no-fly list, and he lost his bank account. Now,
so her answer, let's say that again.
What?
Yeah, that's the dumb answer.
The Nick Fuentes situation. I know why you guys are here. Okay. So I want to first say I take full accountability for everything that happened. Everything that happens in life, as I say to the girls on my show, is my own fault.
Look how annoyed she is.
The fact that people are making these videos is my own fault. And the situation that I'm in is my own fault. Now I'm going to give you guys an explanation and give you guys context for some of the conversations that were had. Just know it's not an excuse. It's my own fault. I take full accountability for everything that happened. Okay. So, but I'm going to answer questions that people have brought my way. So the first thing is, why did you have Nick on? So the reasoning behind having Nick Fuentes on was because I heard that he was on the no-fly list and he lost his bank account. Now, from your point of view, you would think—
that was one of the most
I wanted this to play more because maybe I was missing something.
Me too.
Mm-mm.
That's how stupid she is.
Right.
I think Heathen Queen, you nailed it. She's a dingbat. That was one of the dumbest reasons.
Right.
Let me see if I can
according to Black men, this is taking accountability and responsibility, right? Just her saying that, I guess, that's their logic. That's how, that wouldn't be enough for a Black woman. Let's make that clear. It wouldn't be enough for a Black woman to say that, especially a Black single mother who's taking care of her child with no help from the father. Her saying I take full accountability and responsibility wouldn't be enough for a Black man. But because this white woman says that, that's enough.
Okay. King Sigma, i.e. Chester, maybe you can clear this up for us. So we're so very sure. King Sigma, is Nick Fuentes a white supremacist? Yes or no? I'll wait for the reply. Meanwhile, we'll play this.
Having Nick Fuentes on was because I heard that he was on the no-fly list and he lost his bank account.
Now, even if that's not the full answer, right? Why would you lead with this? So does that mean that every white supremacist that's on a no-fly list, which there are a lot, and has no access to a bank account? So does that mean she's going to hire them too? Because that's her justification, right?
No. Listen to this. She said he lost his bank account and he was on the no-fly list. Did you not know that he called black people monkeys? If you had enough foresight to know he had his bank account swapped and he was on the no-fly list, hey, my African friends, why is Nick Fuentes on the no-fly zone? Well,
I want to hear her, Queen. Let's just hear her, because maybe she's going to make this come together.
Now, from your point of view, you would think, why would you invite someone on that's on the no-fly list, right? That would be a bad. Well, he's not anymore. That's how he flew.
Now, remember, this is the same person who had a sex trafficker on her show. So that's why I tell people that, in my opinion, she's got strong sociopathic behavior because she feels nothing. And especially about black people. She feels nothing. We are a form of income, and that is it. If she could be around black people just because, she wouldn't.
He was. So I was more just curious why this man was banned and everything. Now,
she was curious, so she flew him out.
Right.
As opposed to having a conversation.
Or reading. You know, people read, right? She could watch. If she didn't want to read, she could sure watch the news.
The point exactly. She had to have vetted him somehow, some way. She's acting like she didn't know.
Right.
Like she didn't know what he was. She's not that dingy.
Like Jen J said, 304 logic. Now, if this was a black woman doing this just would not fly. I mean, it wouldn't fly in the face of anything if it was a black woman saying these things.
Right.
I just wanted to see, well, why did you choose Tyrone? I just wanted to see that if he was different. Well, you should have chose better.
I've seen a lot of videos.
Fair, just in case, fair use, motherfuckers.
Videos that say I play dumb or I'm playing dumb. And
No, we really think you're dumb now. We thought about it. We mulled over it. You're stupid.
I'll tell you what I knew and what I didn't know. So I did know that he was a known racist. I did know he was a known sexist.
Wait, did she say she didn't know?
No.
That's the first thing that comes up is that.
Right.
That would be a bad. Well, he's not anymore. That's how he flew, but he was. So I was more
okay. I have
wait. No. Let her finish.
Now, I've seen a lot of videos that say I play dumb or I'm playing dumb, and I'll tell you what I knew and what I didn't know. So I did know that he was a known racist.
She did know that, right? She said she did know, right?
I can't tell if she's saying didn't or did. Can you put is the CC up on? Can you put the closed caption with a?
Good idea. No, it won't. It won't go. Nope. Okay, let me go back a little bit.
Okay.
The Nick Fuentes situation. Yeah, I know why you guys are here. Okay.
Notice how annoyed she is now. Remember that. She knows she's talking to all of Black America, and that's how she's acting. Just remember that.
So I want to first say I take full accountability for everything that happened.
Oh, no,
Everything
I went too far back. I don't want to hear that bullshit again.
I'll tell you what I knew and what I didn't know. So I did know that he was a known racist. I did know he was a known.
She said did.
Saying yes, but she's shaking her head no, which is throwing us off. But
Right.
she said, I'll tell you what I knew and what I didn't know. So it stands to reason that she's starting out with things that she did know. Although she's shaking her head no.
Right.
Okay.
Her body and her words aren't congruent. So I'm confused.
So in a black room with a black production and a black audience, she has no problem bringing up not only a known racist, but one of the known racists of all time in a modern time to her show.
Right.
I don't need to hear anything else. Personally, I don't need to hear anything. If you want to go, if you want to go that far, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to keep going.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is this: there's no shovel that's going to dig her out.
Right.
Of this hole for anybody who's thinking logically. There are some racists who won't even have this guy around. Okay. She made the comment, what was the other guy's name that's a known racist too?
That went on No Jumper?
Not the No Jumper dude. He was on the hill, I think, for a minute. What was his name? But he denounced this dude.
Oh,
I mean, other guy was racist too. The other guy, I can't remember his name. Damn it. The other guy was racist too, but she loves that guy. I forgot the guy's name.
Sharp.
Shapiro.
Shapiro. There.
Yeah.
Shapiro's a racist too.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly. Who knows that?
Ben Shapiro. That's
it. Ben Shapiro. But this other guy is so bad, is so much worse than Ben, that even Ben denounced him. And she brought him to the show knowing that. Let me repeat that. I need to repeat it one more time. It's very important. She brought him to the show knowing that he was even more racist than Ben Shapiro, who she loves, who she said she loves. She was sad that they both weren't getting along. So, I mean, that's how Bojangles, Sambo Ali is. I don't want to call him as Obsidian because that's too much of a compliment. That's how bad it is. That he literally signs off on her actions around two of some of the most notorious hateful men towards black men themselves. They hate black, though both of those men will agree, they hate black men more than they hate black women. But he had no problem signing off with her. I am not going to be surprised if she trios up with the other two guys. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be. Whew. Let me keep going. Andre, welcome back.
Hey, thank you. I just wanted to add something. I just want kind of make everybody in the room and in the panel. I just want to just let y'all know something, just to keep y'all up on game about Nick Fuentes. The reason why she said to him, there's another reason why she said, "Oh, you're going to get your channel taken away," because he is a lightning rod for people getting their channels taken away. That's why that's why Obsidian brought up Rumble, because Rumble is a cesspool for racist people. It is 10 times as worse as it is here on YouTube. So all this stuff, like this individual, I'm not going to call him a person, I want to call him something else, but this individual, Nick Fuentes, has said race mixing is the equivalent to bestiality. He has said that. He has said other things. He has said horrible things about Jewish people, about black people. That's the main reason why Ben Shapiro does not want him on this show. Because one, A, he knows that his channel will be taken down, and B, because he's Jewish. And Nick Fuentes hates Jewish people as much, probably more, than he hates black people. I just wanted to let y'all know information about him. I've been looking him up for the past 2 weeks, and I've been just hearing them on. They have him on other channels where legit kids younger than me, like around 20 years old, just sit around and just listen to him. Black people, people of other races, just listen to him, and they just melt on his every word. That's why she said to Obsidian, "You're gonna get your channel taken away," because they got their channels taken away as soon as they have him on. They played this man. Yeah. They had this man. They had this man. That same interview, they had this man played in Congress. They had him played in Congress. So there's no freaking way I can't believe out of her square-headed mouth that she didn't know who this man is. She didn't know he was a white supremacist. That is the biggest lie ever. They played this fool in Congress saying these things. It's known, well known. He's literally on the blacklist of YouTube. He can't be on YouTube. He can't be on Twitch. If he's on any one of those, your channel is instantly done for. I know that from just looking him up. So, I just wanted to share that. I wanted to share that information with y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, I mean, you have to see the irony of this. Out of the more and more the more and more black people support her. And then she brings up a trafficker. Black people still support her. Melanie King goes through her little hate-filled tirade on her show. And then this woman brings one of the most, he himself admitted he was a racist.
DJ, like, why do you? I can't understand why you guys internalize this stuff so much.
No, it's not internalizing. This is education right now.
You cannot. I mean, I know, understand. You have to. You got to placate to the crowd.
No, it's not placating. Wait. Let me stop you right now.
Go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, placating to the crowd. Let me ask you this. How many super chats am I getting?
You said what?
How many super chats am I getting?
I mean, once you get monetized,
no. How many am I getting?
Okay, you're not getting any right now, but okay. I mean, but you're on your way.
So
you're on your way. What I'm trying to tell you is you're like, I mean, you guys are overplaying your hand.
What hand is there to play? What hand is there to play?
Her crowd is not Obsidian. It's not Triple Black. It's not us. I'm telling you, her crowd is the Nick Fuenteses of the people. I'm telling you, if you look at her subscriber.
What's your point, right? Sir? What's your point? What is
she don't give a fuck about you niggas? You guys can keep trying to make her feel guilty.
Sir, wait. Triple. Relax for a second. Triple. I don't care. I don't care what she does. I grew up with women like her. I know she doesn't care. My point is to educate my people. And maybe some of those red pill guys that are on the fence, maybe I can save them too. But let me make it clear. I know who she is. She is Nick Fuentes. She's just, but even Nick would probably use black people if he knew he could make money off of them. A lot of people do this. There's a lot of racists in the world that make money off of black people. A lot. And we're tripping over our own 2 feet to give them the money. And triple that is my message to the little 30 people that are in here right now, whatever. You see what I'm saying? It ain't about her. I'm trying to teach a lesson. Okay? That's what I'm trying to teach.
I'm just saying, you guys are groveling over this broad.
No, groveling
over this broad.
No,
triple. Spending hours and hours about somebody who don't give.
1 second, triple. That's what Obsidian is doing. I am sitting here educating. You know who I'm groveling over? The people who are in the chat. I'm groveling over them. I'm trying to give them the best message I can give them. Okay? I am not worried. I wouldn't be surprised if she grew in popularity. So you have to understand, I am using, just like she's using black people, I am using her to let everybody know how women like her operate.
Listen,
there is value in that, because there's going to be one person in here who's going to run across somebody like this at a time that is very sensitive, and they'll know to avoid this person. Just like you're supposed to avoid evil people and narcissists and sociopaths. It's the same thing. I'm trying to give my expert critique of this person so others can learn. I can give a fuck about her.
Right.
I'm worried about the people that are in my chat right now.
Okay. If you know what, maybe I misunderstood. If you take it from that perspective, that you're going to run into her, she's going to be your manager. She's going to be your boss. She's going to be your CEO.
See, Triple, believe it or not, I've already run into that several times in my life. No, you can undo. No, but
can we?
Yeah. I mean, if that's a lesson that you're trying to teach,
that has to sink in. You have to let that sink in. I've dealt with women like her.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. But I can't find out where those women are and then bring them up to the stage and have them say, yeah, I was a racist bitch to James, but fuck them. I can't bring them up. But what I can do is play this video here of a perfect facsimile of them, right? That's where I'm at.
Right.
Okay. So let me keep playing this.
Sexist. I did know that basically every bad name in the book from the right and the left, everyone hated him. So
notice how she's still defending him. Everyone hated him.
The reason I had him on was because, guys, people say that stuff about me. They say I'm sexist.
I'm pausing for effect. She just told us everything we wanted to know in just 2 minutes. She couldn't tell you she couldn't tell you any better than that what she's saying is she is in the same mentality as Nick Fuentes. And you niggas are still super chatting her. She couldn't have been any more clear. We could have stopped the video right here, really. I'm going to keep playing it because why not? But it's that clear. It's that clear. I mean, let's look at it in reverse. Let's say she wants to defend herself by inviting Nick on the show, one of the most notorious racists in modern United States history, to her show. Then you stack that with the chemistry they had. See, I noticed this because I grew up with this vibe. I feel their vibe.
You know,
They
what
were
we usually-
vibing. They were having a good old time.
Bro, she's spitting
You know
game.
what we
She's
usually
spitting
say
game.
is that they're playing in our face.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. DJ George, what better customer does Miss Pearly have than a white dude that's half Mexican, half Italian, probably does not get any women at all, is upset at the world, has to watch somebody like King Richards get the type of women that he wants.
Right.
He can't get them. What? I mean, who better than like a redheaded white woman to give you that medicine? Like, she is pure gold to them. I can't understand why y'all can't get past that shit.
What I can't understand is why you come up here to derail the conversation. We're having a decent conversation.
All right.
We're bouncing ideas.
No, you just want to fight. You just want to fight and be a bully. Like you
incessantly come up here to derail the conversation, and we can't move forward because you have this fixation on this panel. Like, let us do the show, sir. If you can't understand, sit back, shut up, and watch.
Okay, I needed to break something down as far as Pearly is concerned, and I made and played some videos earlier about her attractiveness, and I grew up once again in a city like this, and she got no play, which she told you she got no play because she's not even really, quite honestly, she makes average looking white girls look gorgeous. Okay? So if you are in love with her as a black man, you're just exposing yourself as desperate if you really want to say she's attractive. I've played videos of her own men telling you she's a 5 at best, at the very best, on a good day, to be specific. It's important that you know this reality. She just wasn't born with the right, she just didn't get lucky. That's just that. It's okay too. What's not okay is her spreading hate. And that's the consistency she does have. She knows the whole kingdom will crumble if she loses black men. She'll have to remarket herself in a market that really, quite honestly, she was thrown out of. They don't like her over there. Don't get me wrong, she'll have a following. It just won't be nearly as big or productive. Because see, black men, we have been suckers. We're an easy lick. We are so easy. Shout out to Conscious Mind Love in the house. You're making it just like the way you spend money and you let it just fly out of your hands into somebody's hand that ain't black 99% of the time. She's here for it. She's here to take your money. Yeah. She'll take your money with that blank stare. That's the same blank stare that you get when you give your whole week's savings at a jewelry shop or something for some jewelry you shouldn't have bought. That's the look right there. That blank stare of, I don't give a fuck about you people at all. That's the kind of stare that is.
They say I'm a misogynist. And, you know, I really...
And you are. She is a misogynist. You want to sign off on all the rhetoric that all the other misogynists are saying? That makes you one too.
Just like to give people the benefit of the doubt when I
so she's going to fly a known racist across the pond to see if she should give him the benefit of the doubt. That's what she's selling you. That's what she's selling you.
Interview them. I don't go into interviews trying to interrogate someone. I just more try to listen and see where they're coming from. In hindsight, that wasn't smart. And in hindsight, I should have had someone, you know, maybe Sarah Garvey, maybe another content creator that could have pushed back more and really was more educated on the topics that he was talking about than I was. Because I certainly...
But she didn't think the same thing when she was talking about slavery.
Right.
Certainly was not an expert in any of the stuff that he was
Then why'd you bring him? You could have said, we're not talking about that. We're just going to talk about relationships. Or whatever you think you know. Wifey school ain't even a wife. Got ran through by some other content creator.
Make it make sense.
It makes no sense.
Talking about.
Let me stop right there and jump right in. So, okay. I talked to you about this off the mic, so you already know where I'm coming from with this. I'll say it on the air and we can kind of bat it back and forth. My problem with you, Pearl, with regard to Nick Fuentes is the following. Number one, Nick Fuentes has absolutely nothing to do with your lane. Your lane is relationships, whether people agree, disagree, they like your approach, they don't like your approach. Your thing is actually bringing people together to talk about relationships. There is nothing about Nick Fuentes, and I didn't even know who this guy was until last week. I did my own little due diligence on him.
Come on.
Wait, DJ. He said his number one problem was that the guy wasn't in her lane. Not who he was and what he had to discuss, but the fact that he wasn't even in her lane. So my problem with you, Massa, is that this guy wasn't even in the right place to make you the money that I know that you can make, Massa. He just wasn't good for business, sir. I mean, ma'am.
Look, and he lied. He just lied to our face. Everybody knows who Nick Fuentes is, and if he's full of shit right now.
Well, quite honestly, I didn't know who he was, but you know, that's I'm not a content creator looking to bring him on my platform either.
Right.
DJ, what is the ideal situation or the ideal outcome that you would like, you and the sisterhood would like to happen?
What's the ideal outcome of you being quiet for a little while?
Wait. No. So let me check this one out for me. Okay. You mean like right now?
Yeah, the ideal outcome. I mean, the Pearly stimulus has been good to you.
Wait. No, actually, it hasn't been, to be honest with you.
You need to get monetized first.
Do you mean the outcome out of Pearly or the outcome in general?
Just in general.
Okay. In general, the best thing to happen is that black men leave black women alone.
You need black men to leave black women alone?
Yes.
Okay.
Strict, just that. I mean,
All right.
I mean, no, you know.
But I don't think that black
yeah.
men, from a large perspective, versus like the Pookie and Ray Ray, fuck with black women in general.
Well,
So
no, this is what I would. This is what I would. I can't. The thing is this, and this is why I believe in the Cynthia G theory.
DJ,
I can't. Wait. Hold on.
Understands what you mean by leave black women alone.
Okay. This is the thing. We can't get picky.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say, okay, that's a good black man. That's a bad, but those 12 over there are bad black men.
Mm-hmm.
And you're asking black women to thread a needle. That's literally impossible. Okay. So it's just best if black men just leave black women alone. All those threats about going across the country and all that kind of stuff, that would be the best deal. That would be the
so
best
you're
deal.
just saying like don't communicate with black women in general.
If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say anything.
All right. Yeah.
And I mean sincerely. I mean, just don't just leave black women alone altogether. Black men, just leave them alone. Just let black women do black women things.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
I do agree with that shit because I don't really fuck with them at all, other than coming over on here and getting in arguments and shit like that.
They're still messing with them, and I didn't know that's what DJ was talking about. My thing is leave black women alone and keep the derogatory, negative things that you have to say about the women that you've experienced.
Nah, hell no. I mean, that's just
to yourself, and not project that onto women you have not come in contact with. Because I love, again, that you guys get to defer anything bad on a Pookie and a Ray Ray and a Tyrone and an Educated Lane and anything else that you can blame it on.
No, Educated Lane's don't fuck with y'all.
Onto every black woman as if we're all a monolith. You get to defer responsibility to someone else. So in my mind, it's stop talking bad about the black women that you've never encountered. Stop talking. If you don't have good relationships, just as you said to black women, choose better. Choose to be around better people, as opposed to popping your gums about people that you've never met or never encountered. If you've not experienced good black women, you need to look at yourself, because it's probably you and not them. Because I've experienced a load of good black men.
All right. So what I want to do
you
shout out.
You experienced the load.
Wait, hold on one second. I'd like to shout out Diamond Princess in the house. King Sigma is still in the house. Big Cap is still in the house. Kush Boss is in the house. And Kelly Goodman is in the house. Conscious Mind Love is in the house.
Yes, I said what I said, sir. And that doesn't mean sexually like you, deviants.
I did not say anything. You just said you
I heard the hate in your voice. So don't play with me. Don't say
I'm not playing with you.
I heard
you said in your face.
Heard you and what you were trying to infer.
Not your face. But I was just talking about, you said you had a good load. So, hey.
Hey, what?
What?
This is the degeneracy that we talk about.
You're the one that said this shit. You said that you experienced
Yes, I did. And I'll say it again. I've experienced a load of good black men in my circle, in my family, and friendships.
You were Borgin, so my bad. That was my bad. You were Borgin. You said that you experienced a good load from a black man, but you said a good
No, sir, I did not
okay, that's it. That's it.
Good load. I said I experienced loads of good black men. Don't play.
You know, I'm not gonna ban you, but I will have to kick you, Cupcake. That's just, we weren't. No, you can come back another day though. I'll see you later. No, that's a bit much. That's a bit much.
Right.
We'll play a little bit more of this. Here we go.
Nothing about him that suggests relationships. You are a studied, and you can say this, you are a studied social media professional. You actually paid to learn the business. And
she paid, who was her teacher? Kevin Samuels, right? Quite honestly, I could easily have seen Kevin Samuels inviting Shapiro or Fuentes on his show. It's the same. They have the same mentality, in my opinion. This would have not have been a problem.
What was his lesson for her? I don't understand. What do you mean?
No, it was a scam thing. What it was that what he did was that he needed some money because he was spending up all his money, or he couldn't get to his money quick enough. So he charged her whatever, and then he hooked her up on game. And not only that, but he got her the followers because, she got to say that, oh yeah, I'm Kevin Samuels approved or whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. I mean, so, I've heard that once or twice, and I'm like, what? She paid $5,000 just to what? If I would have paid $5,000, would I have gotten the audience that she has gotten? I bet.
Apparently, that's what Mr. Bojangles is saying. So, yeah. Basically, if you gave that's why he's so mad right now, because he wanted to get in on the scam, right? And and it didn't work out for him. That's why he was broke and couldn't pay his internet.
So none of these other guys around here paid Kevin Samuels either? I mean, was she the only one?
No, I'm sure other people. No, I remember a time that he scammed somebody out of $1,000. I remember that part. He was something about I can't remember what it was about specifically, but he paid for one of Kevin Samuels' meetings or shows or whatever he was doing, workshops.
Oh yeah, he did have Facebook groups. Yeah.
Yep. And he burned some people.
Okay. Wow.
So okay. So let me find a couple of the live chat things, and then we'll go from here. But they're just going to BS all. There's like another 20 minutes of her just talking shit before there's a full panel. I want to see what she says in the panel. This is so weird. It takes this long. Maybe it's because it has to load the whole video into memory.
While they're trying to think.
Yeah.
What?
I love that these men, they think that just because you talk about the issues and the dynamics and the criminality and some of the things that are going on, that you've not experienced men who are good. You've not come in contact with Black men who are good. It's like they can't decipher the language. It's all or nothing with them as it pertains to them. Well, as it pertains to us, but it's not when it pertains to them. So
why is it that he? I mean, well, we would just be going down a rabbit hole, because I was about to ask him, why does he have such hostility towards Black women? But I knew that would be a rabbit hole, so I didn't ask that. And why do they have such hostility towards Black women? I cannot fathom that. That's the most striking part. Where did all this hostility come from? Even though you're attracted to Black women, you're hostile to Black women.
Right. That's weird.
Right.
Oh, well, let me try to refresh this one more time. If it doesn't work. No, it don't want to work. What's up with this? Let me make sure that this didn't.
You have the mic, go right ahead.
There we go. Okay.
All right. So my role at Just Pele Things is not really to orchestrate this. More of a tech support kind of guy. I deal with the tech side of things, and obviously interviews, stuff like that. I'm not really a social media person like that. That's why you don't see my face on the camera.
Okay, mister, come on now.
but I do try to, when asked upon, because I believe that Pearl has her own mind, and she's her own person. Me, I'm my own person with my own views and stuff like that. I'm not, my job, because it's a job at the end of the day, is not for me to come and tell Pearl what she should do on her own and on her own platform. So I just deal with the tech support of things. So
why does he
support?
You would think,
and now you're trying to kind of pivot to a more, what would you say, conservative or more white, pro-white audience. What would you say to that?
I think I've been conservative the whole time. So I think me being a conservative, like, you know how long I've been doing, and I'm not trying to bring like a whole nother issue into this, but like pro-life stuff, like I've been doing that for, I don't know, since I started. So I don't think me being conservative is a secret, and me like pivoting full on into conservative content, I don't see myself doing that.
Okay. Obsidian, do we have time just to get two more, a little bit tougher questions in? Still on the same topic?
Go ahead.
Okay. Why didn't you give Nick more pushback on his views, his comments, like you do the women on your show?
He just knew more about me, about everything on like every issue. And it just wasn't my wheelhouse, if I'm being honest.
Well, I mean, were you just taking his word for it that what he was saying was true? I mean, was there any kind of fact checking or anything like that?
No, there should have been. There was not. I would just say it was incompetence on my part.
Fair enough.
Okay. Do you co-sign, do you align, or do you agree with any of Nick's views or ideologies, or were you just kind of not giving him pushback because he was a guest and you wanted to be respectful of his ideas?
I mean, I definitely do not deny the Holocaust.
Oh my God. She actually said stuff that to me that was more racist than what Nick was saying. I thought Nick was being not conservative as far as politically, but he was being conservative on what he was saying because he has no problem saying the N word and everything else. He didn't say that on her show. And that's what he said. I said, do you think I sound like a racist? She went all in on what he was. Oh, no, I don't think so. Remember that? So how is that? How is the discussion over racism out of her wheelhouse? I mean, you're telling, all you need to do is say, I don't like racism, or I do like racism. I think she said she liked racism. She just said it in a different way. And she didn't know she was saying it, but she did. It's kind of like how a guy says he's not horny, but he's holding his dick.
DJ, can I cut in?
Sure can.
Okay, it's they have no one to blame but themselves. They the one that made her popular on YouTube, gave her money, gave her views, profit off her and all that stuff. These dudes, I don't feel bad for them because they knew who Just Pearly was before she even came, when she popped up on YouTube. She was just there just to stir up the drama in the manosphere even more because these guys have low self-esteem. They don't like themselves and they want approval of others. And she used that to their advantage. And now that what's that guy's name she interviewed again?
Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes come on the scene and she let him say whatever he wants. I don't even know who he is, but they say that he's racist or whatever. But I don't feel bad for these men. They lift her up and put her on a pedestal. And I thought these guys were like going their own way. Why are you putting a woman on a pedestal? Like, that's dumb. That's why they're taking their L's. You can see it on their faces. They're taking their L's.
Yep. There's really nothing they can say.
Nope. So they were licking her boots and they got the boot. So They took her to 1 million subscribers, and that's what happened. So I don't feel bad for these dudes. They allowed her to have the platform to talk down on women, especially Black women, because it feeds their ego. And now their ego is bruised because she did not correct another white man or a fellow white person on their behavior. You know, Just Pearly was racist. I saw that from a mile away when I was first introduced to her. I'm like, she is the downfall of the manosphere. She's gonna the manosphere is going to crumble because of her. And they don't have a foundation anyways. You know, the manosphere is already sinking, but she's gonna be the one that breaks the camel's back.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is this, and that's why they're trying so hard to justify what she did, because they already talk shit about Black women over and over and over and over again. So they can't, it's not like they can go, oh, we like you now. You know what I mean? So they don't have and the thing is this, is especially in America, if you notice, there aren't, I mean, Black men, we are not exactly that. As much as they want to say we're popular, we're really not that popular. We're not. If that was the case, and everything they said about, Black men are going to find women elsewhere and blah, blah, it would have already happened. You see what I'm saying? It would have happened it would have started in the 90s, and then instead of it being like 3% interracial marriage between Black and white people, Black men and white women, it would be more like 30%. If that shit was really true. And it would be accelerating right now, but that's not what's going on. And the reason why is because technically everybody's, as they call it, the buzzword is race loyal.
Yeah, she's race loyal to her man, race man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not to any other race man, but her man.
Right.
So of course she wasn't going to correct him. She was going to side on anything that he said because she is racist herself.
Yep, and everybody started asking her Black ex-boyfriend if they were that. I think it was more of a situationship between you and me, but basically he's like, I don't know, I don't know nothing about that bitch. That's basically what he said in so many words. So yeah, she came here to use Black people to get rich. And
basically and feed off our drama. That's basically what it is. They let her in their space. The manosphere was the one that let her in her space, and now she's spit in their face. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. But that's what usually happens.
Yeah,
and now they never learn their lesson.
Yeah, and they're licking up that spit too.
Mm-hmm.
They're licking it up. They're like, no, Miss Pearly, could you do that one more time?
I mean, look
at
their
one more
faces.
time.
Look at their faces. They look all dejected and surprised and shocked and butthurt.
Right. Nobody's laughing. Nobody's cracking jokes or nothing.
Somebody
they hurt.
Southern Belle said someone is asleep on the panel. I wonder who that was. I haven't heard Jessica X say anything. I want to know what's her opinion because she made a video on Just Pearly Things. And I had to laugh because Jessica X knew that she was not going to get a one-up on Pearly. Because for one, Pearly is a fully white woman.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that, you know, the Black men in the manosphere loves anything other than darker skin. So Jessica X channel, I knew her channel was not going to go anywhere. So was Dicka Marie. You know, Danica Marie is changing her tune now.
Is she supporting her or still not supporting her? Who knows?
She has a channel with Six the Goddess. They call D6. So you can go and check out their channel, but she's singing a whole nother tune.
Interesting. To me, it's like this. Quite honestly, they're just as bad as Pearly, really, quite honestly.
Right.
It shouldn't. The thing is we can try to say, well, they're Black and they're talking about Black folk. No, they're not. They're same hate rhetoric. That's where Pearly got her stuff from. She got hers from Kevin Samuels. So you can take Pearly out of the whole equation, and it's less embarrassing for Black men. But the bottom line is this: is that you guys are literally disrespecting Black women and running to a white woman who is running away from you to her own kind, which you can't blame her. They're her own kind.
Right.
That's what you get, fools.
You know what what whites have discovered about Black men in particular, and some Black women, a lot of Black men and some Black women, is that we're willing to do anything for a dollar bill.
Right.
We will change, we will flip, we will flop, we'll go over, we'll play dead, we'll do anything for proximity to what we perceive as gain financially.
Right.
And a lot of people are on this hunt for money, but I mean, I'm seeing it as a good example of what having a lot of money going through your hands means nothing if you're fiscally illiterate.
Irresponsible, right? Yep.
Right. So if you're not able to keep that, then they can keep you on the hook, and they know a lot of us aren't able to keep it because it runs through us, like water.
Right.
And so they have to do is play games, just like what she's doing. And again, someone in the chat said Nick Fuentes is probably just like her dad, and I believe the same thing too. So they see a niche that they can get into where Kevin Samuels made money, and they've allowed. And this is what made me angry, and I didn't want to talk about her for a while. I even told DJ I don't want to hear anything about her. Like, I just don't want to talk about her because Black men ushered this in. Right? You ushered her in to do what she's doing. So don't backpedal now. Stand in your crap because you ushered her in to do the very thing that she's doing. And they don't even see the broader implication of this woman going on a world tour to talk about Black people in America. And so when you do get when people do travel, Black Americans do travel, they're kind of in danger, or at the very least, they're not going to be well welcomed.
Right.
Or well received because of the things that this white woman is putting out about them, and these Black men and ignorant Black women are co-signing.
Right. And my problem is every time I hear a white person say something negative about Black folks, I kind of wince. I feel some type of way. And that's the way I felt when I heard Miss Pearly talking about Black women. And people keep saying, well, she's talking about women. No, she's talking about Black women. When she said, well, not being on time and lazy and not marriage minded and 304s and single baby mom. She's talking about Black women. And Black men allowed her to come over here and disrespect their women.
And I see it the same way. I see it the same way that I see Black men, how they talk about this epidemic as though it's not happening to white women as well. They're becoming they have a rise in single motherhood, especially those who are having children with Black men. The rise of single motherhood for white women is about to exceed that of Black women. So those are things that they don't want to talk about. If she wants to talk about something, how about she talk about those things that are going on in her community? How about she talk about their dependence upon government assistance?
Because they're on code.
Exactly.
On code.
Exactly. And so the coons get together and open the door for Miss Pearl to talk about Black people as if she's better than Black people.
Right. You don't see their men coming over here bashing their women. You don't see that.
These guys have a driving Miss Daisy complex. Like
they sure do.
They'll open a door for her. They say, Miss Daisy, I'll take you anywhere. I can't take these guys seriously because they want to talk about, how dating is so bad, how they don't like American women, but yet you're putting an American woman on a pedestal because she's talking against Black women when her
because
face,
she's white and talking about Black women.
When her face looks like her ass. Okay.
I like that. That was
So so these guys, they're looking stupid because she finally found a footstool to betray them. She did it at the right time, so I don't feel bad.
It's like they didn't. It's like they ignored history. All throughout history, a Black man looked at a white woman and he was hung, dragged. All of these things happened to him if they even thought to look at a white woman. And yet and still you would put her above your sisters. When it's just a matter of us sisters standing between us sisters are standing between their extinction. Is Black women really standing there? I thought about it the other day. If Black women collectively said we're done with Black men, there would be a lot of hangings, a lot of deaths, a lot of disappearances around here for Black
men. It would, because it's always the Black woman that's standing on the front line saying don't kill them. It's always a woman standing. I've even seen a white woman standing out interceding on the behalf of a Black man during an arrest. And the woman was literally crying, please don't kill him, please don't kill him. And she didn't even know him. So it's always women that are standing on the front line for Black men, no matter who they are. So if women just collectively turn their backs, they would go extinct, except for the ones, the younger ones. But at least it would show the younger ones, if women turn their backs on you, you have nothing. And so maybe they would respect women more than what they do.
Right. And I asked gentlemen at my job. Hold on.
Just a second, Ethan Queen. Let me read Monica's.
Okay.
Monica said they don't have a problem with her talking about Black women. This same slavery, if it would have Black women only, they would have no problem with it.
What? Oh, if it would have been only Black. Okay. I kind of got that. No, I asked this gentleman at work the other day. I asked a group of them. I was, walking through my lunchroom, and I asked one of them. I said, they were having a discussion about women, and I said, why don't you guys give me 3 instances in which Black men have shown Black women that they love, want, and need us? Show me 3 things that they have done in history that shows us Black women that they loved us, wanted us, and needed us. And not one of them could come up with any one of those 3 things to show or tell me that in any way, shape, or form that they have loved us, wanted us, and needed us in history. And I'd love to hear in the comment section, is there anybody that can give us 3 reasons anywhere in history where 3 times at the same time where the Black men have shown Black women that they love, want, and need us the way we have shown that we have loved, wanted, and needed them?
I can't give one answer to that. Sorry.
I'm saying men, Black men. Can you give me three ways in which they have shown us that they loved, wanted, and needed us? And then they tell every day they bash us all over the place, and yet they could never in history give us 3 reasons why they have ever loved, wanted, or needed us. And we can give them many instances in which we have been on the front lines showing them that we love, want, and need them. And yet and still we can't get that reciprocal feeling.
Yeah, you're right about that. Because when a Black man gets harmed, it's us Black women putting ourselves on the forefront. But when it's a Black woman getting harmed out there, they're like, oh, like, it's your fault, you deserve it. There's no sympathy for us when we get harmed, but we show sympathy for them when they get harmed. Like, that's why I told Black women, it is their fight, Let them have it. Let them protect their reputation out there, because in all actuality, we're actually defending criminals, because these guys actually did something to warrant them to. And I'm not saying for them to be killed, but to have the police search them, to be on them. But we don't do that because we see a Black person.
I'm going to read this last comment and then we're going to land this plane. Thomas says, aren't these the same guys that said Black women are the attack dog of white supremacy?
Yeah.
Now
They
look
sure
at
were,
them.
weren't they?
Now look at them proving that wrong.
You nailed it. Tomas, very, very well said. Let's see what Big have. A Black man that's a stepdad, a Black like a man. What?
It says a Black man that's a stepdad, a black like man that marries a Black woman. And Breonna Taylor, sorry if I misspelled her name, what that was 3.
Huh?
He's speaking on an individual level, and he's not speaking about a collective. And there weren't a lot of Black men that stood up for Breonna Taylor. So let's not play ignorant. And a man playing stepdad and
White men
marrying
do that too.
a Black woman is showing her love. See, you see the micro level that they think on. They don't think on a macro level. They think on a micro level, and it's small instances. When we're talking on a grand level. We're talking about going out there in mass, and he's talking about a macro level. Anyway, let's wind this down. Go ahead, Diamond Princess. Let's have your last thoughts.
Well, first of all, just Pearly Things did her job in the manosphere. There's nothing else to say. She planned this all out from the beginning. She used this man as their benefit, and now they're taking their L's. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for having me up.
Thank you, Diamond Princess.
Heathen Queen. Thank you, Diamond Princess.
I set this challenge to all men that hear this podcast today or hear this show today. Why don't you come up with 3 reasons on a large scale why or how you have shown Black women that you love, want, and need them? Because I've never heard anyone come up and have a coherent message as to why you would turn your back on Black women when we've always had Black men's back. Can you come up with 3 reasons on a national level? Like, for example, us Black women started Black Lives Matter, right? 2 Black women started that, all in protest of Black men being killed. That's an example of Black women having the backs of Black men. Show me 3 reasons that Black men have shown us that they wanted us, needed us, and desired us. That's all I have to say.
Well said.
Thank you, Heathen Queen.
All right, let me get in some shout outs and then we'll head on out. In the house, Big Cap, Gemini, Sudden Bell, A Lady, L Prism, King Sigma, Kelly Goodman, Monica, Tomas, Kelly, Cupcake,